Hello everyone. Good night. How is your doing? How is your day? Is everything good? Everything bad? Sebentar. Kalian gak kangen? By the way, I am busy in real life. Something's coming. Kesibukan dunia nyata dan juga.
Everyone here gnashes their teeth and covers their mouth with their hands.
Okay.
Come on.
Thank you, Tooth
Today
Fairy.
is not a revenge day.
Thank you, Tooth Fairy. Yeah. And yeah. Hello. Ohayo Sigma. Akhirnya kembali. Lagi sibuk, guys. Sorry. Terus kemarin juga lagi belajar Blender. So, that's it. Apa kabar? Ohayo Sigma, Low. How is it going? Kemarin lagi sibuk sama konten TikTok. Sama lagi belajar sesuatu yang baru. We miss you. Belum terlalu lama kok. Hello everyone. Hello on laikan. How's it going? Berapa lama ya aku nggak stream? Taki. Claim. Kita. Aku tetap main reverse walaupun offline. Cuman habisin daily quest aja. By the way, aku udah dapet Tooth Fairy. Pas kemarin itu habis stream kan aku coba summon. Dapat dong. Dia lebih bagus daripada Mad Pocket. Maksudnya dia nggak sombong kayak dia. Dia langsung pulang, guys. Me stream right now. Anda masuk TV. Alright, yeah. So kita lanjutin aja. We're going to ini special chapter mungkin. Tadi yes. Dusta. Full yapping bang. Oh, full yapping. Gak apa-apa sih, aku lihat.
Wow, so this is the library in Pertin School. So many people here. They're probably around my age.
Gorgeous green dress jump into the library. His owner keeps talking in sing-song tone.
We've also got this many shelves in the library of Sotheby's Manor. Are there any alchemy workshops and potion warehouses here, like in our manor?
Like in our manor? The young lady stands on tiptoe, looking around this place curiously.
Where can I find Miss Buenish? Madame Z told me to come here, but she didn't give any other clues. The people here really need Mr. Teaketler, who is always nice and warm to the guests.
Warm to the
Just
guest.
twist his teapot ear, then he can take you anywhere. If not so, placing a luck-a-day potion at the
Luck-a-day
entrance
potion?
would help
Yeah,
as
at the
well.
entrance.
If I had made it before I came, Miss Buanish and I might have met by now. Or she will just pop up behind me. Are you looking for me?
Waduh, kita si duo apa
Oh my
namanya?
word!
Duo badut.
That was too loud.
That's too
Where
loud.
are my manners?
Where's my manners? Sotheby straightened the wrinkles on her dress and gave out her hands like a real lady.
Nice to meet you.
Duo, do
Are
not
you
let them
Miss
go.
Buanish?
The other girl nodded. Hardly her uniform speak for herself. It seems to be historic first meeting for them.
That's fantastic. How did you find me? Did you see me in the Oneiromancy or through a crystal orb? Either way, it is the great arcanum. I'm much greater than that. Look at you, dressed as if you'd just been to a ball. You are as eye-catching as the pigment board on a sketch. I saw you the moment I came into the library. A ball? Does the foundation hold balls too? No, I'm saying... Est-ce que tu es ami de Vertine parle comme ça? Never mind. Madame Z told me you wanted to look up the materials on the mysterious school that believes in numbers here.
We live in number here.
That's right. Miss Moisson told me she will thoroughly check the documents in the Foundation archive. So I'll go through the books in the SPDM library. If we can find anything about that school, we can be of more help to Vertin and her team.
Bentar. Let me check something first. Aku lupa cek Twitch. Kadang tuh double stream jeleknya gini sih. Kayak nggak kebaca. Okay. This is okay.
I'm sorry, Miss Sotheby, but I'm afraid the situation is going to disappoint you. While you spent the last hour looking for Teaketler's ear, the kind-hearted monitor assistant already gained a valuable access to the library. But I haven't found any records regarding
just
the
me?
mysterious school
Realists
that
often
believes
have
in
the
numbers
Atigan.
yet.
Oh ya, oh meo. Oh meo. Aku pernah lihat memes itu. Oh meo. Like a ball out of the blue.
Oh, but Miss Moisson said there are so many books here that they can cover the entire back of a Stronsay beast.
Stronsay beast.
That's a bit exaggerated, but she's right.
Matilda, she's right.
Nevertheless, the librarian was transferred to a more important position years ago due to the storm. Many old books are not yet sorted. Some even went missing in the chaos. The only relevant materials I could find are the stories of Pythagoras and some books on mathematical theorems. But I don't think they have anything to do with Vertin's issue.
What Matilda sees now is a pair of tear-dim eyes.
That means I can't do anything to help them.
Halo Cailin, selamat malam. Pythagoras and math.
Please stop being emotional. It doesn't work on this professional member of the Foundation.
Please stop being emotional. This is the most apa namanya? Apa namanya? Kayak related advice. Please stop being emotional. Hello Chai. you miss me? She looks away and cleans her throat like a grown-up.
Without field investigation permission, I can't take you out to collect information.
I miss you, say.
But in
No!
fact, there is still
You
another
don't miss me?
reference room only known to the most outstanding monitor assistant. Hooray!
Hooray! Other students in the library cast disgruntled glance at them. Back bang, abis masak Indomie, wah. Enak tuh.
It's a violation to make noises in the library!
I miss my driver license. Oh, itu bisa hilang. I'm sorry guys, I speak a broken English Indonesian words. Tall selves, unfamiliar surrounding, an impossible mission. The girl walked through the self like a fish swimming through a coral.
Thank you so much, Miss Buanish. You mentioned ball. I haven't heard that word for a very long time.
Indomie beer.
I remember what Mr. Carson, my butler, had taught me.
Aku makan mie.
He said,
Kayaknya sebulan sekali deh.
express your gratitude to fair ladies by holding a grand ball.
Usually I drink alcohol while I was too hyper.
I'll write to my father
Aduh.
and ask for a brand new
Oh,
and sinkable and
no
maneuverable
more
rock and roll
alcohol.
park. I'm
No.
sure he will gladly say yes.
No good for your skin.
Maneuverable rock and roll park?
Maneuverable rock and roll park. Unhealthy, yes. That's it. My YouTube chat say unhealthy, Chaylin.
Yes, we can hold a twist ball on it when Burton and her team are back.
But alcohol make me glow semalam loh. Nggak ada itu. Lilia say otherwise.
Please allow me to say no. The monitor assistant of SPDM will never participate in such an inelegant activity.
Inelegant activity.
Wait, did you just say Verten and her team?
Her team?
We can talk about the ball later.
We can about Paul later.
The kind-hearted Matilda
kind-hearted-
Buanish will try her best to help you with the task. But, of course, it's only out of her sense of responsibility,
Not
not
for
for some personal reasons.
They go faster and faster. Finally, they reach their destination. Unnecessary information to patch the fragmented errors in the future and to store the currently unimportant files and report. Gotta go fast. Bang, Centurion meta lagi, huh? What? Centurion? Is it good? People built this reverence room in the shape of a box with a gray and white walls. Oke, looking dulu ya. Ya, selamat grinding. During this awful time, what might last for age, people call it, the footnote of history.
Here we are. The reference room storing unnecessary information. It's a place ignored by most staff.
It's good, but she's lacking that you could say power creep. Centurion is good with euphoria. Oh, okay.
Even so,
Di CM udah 3 ya, 3.0.
not let go of any details.
He knocks on the roost designs hardly.
I hereby officially appoint you as the Chief Assistant of Monitor Assistant of SPDM.
What?
I will take my responsibility and teach you how to become a devoted Foundation member.
Matilda pulls off the cloth covering the archive cabinet. JN fokus cerita kayak forward. Oh. Dust rises in the air.
Here is your first task. Read through these unsorted old files. All
But
of
still,
them.
best like Reiko at that point, just use her. The monitor assistant takes a dusty file from the cabinet. The paper inside has already turned yellow.
I have searched all the archived ones. These are the last parts. Most of them are discarded administrative documents, low priority materials, and substandard reports written by rookie investigators.
King Reiko solo arkanis. Serius.
By the way, you should know I didn't sort any of them out for you, and they don't necessarily have what you want.
It's all right. Leave them to me. I love reading.
I love reading.
You'd better do. Here's the key. Keep it safe. You can sit on the cushions there when you sort out the files. I don't want your dress to stain the stone bench. I'll go see if I missed any files. Listen, this monitor assistant will test you on your familiarity with these files when she's back.
Just wait till Reiko have euphoria just like Lucy. She already meta with euphoria. Oh iya, dia belum ada euphoria ya. I see. Kena disconcert. What is that disconcert?
Double check completed. Looks like I didn't miss any relevant files. Phew, quite a long day. I doubt if that spoiled lady can finish all the materials. She must have been bored
Cannot
and
gain
fallen asleep,
moxie.
waiting for her tea kettler in the dream. It takes much more than dancing at balls to be a foundation investigator. I'll send her back to that teacher when she wakes up. In the end, it will be the kind-hearted Matilda who finishes the task for her. Being a great monitor assistant comes with great responsibility.
Badut si Matilda. But somehow kayak butuh cewek yang kayak badut. dia familiar, kayak asik. This will come with energetic greeting.
Miss Boanish.
Miss Boanish. Standing on a ladder, Sotheby gave her a big smile with a stack of files in her hand. The files didn't finish reading are scattered on the ground while the others has been well organized in the cabinet.
You didn't fall asleep. Did you sort out these files?
At least flirt of fiction helped a bit.
Yes. And I love these books in uncommon shapes. There are so many wonderful stories. I often read books with Sasana when Father wasn't at home. We read and read until the red bombaves woke up the sun. Moreover, these files are much easier than Miss Moisson's reading task. Here, the gentleman from River Conway tamed a whole group of Avanks. How marvelous is that?
How marvelous that.
Oh, okay. Looks like you meet the basic requirements for being a rookie investigator. Tu es plus ou moins qualifié pour être mon assistante en chef.
The young lady doesn't pay much attention to the members of the monitor assistant. Is busy announcing her big discovery.
And I also found this interesting report. It tells a lot about the storm and the numbers.
And the number.
Will this be helpful to Burton?
Show it to me.
It takes a pile of yellow papers from Sotheby. This neat and adult written report has no beginning or end. Obviously, the author is a
I
meticulous
have to
person.
say, it is undoubtedly a violation to submit such a report, but it will be a travesty of the truth and human sense if I cover it up.
Peace, sense, justice. They have always been the creeds in my heart,
My heart.
and are now the reason why I have decided to write down the whole thing. A long time has passed since the first attack of the most severe crisis in our time, but we are still wondering, what on earth does it mean?
Does it mean?
That was the eve of the millennium.
Nautica, Lucy, and Anjo
Which
will
no one
still
had any
work at
memories,
least with this
illogically.
concert.
The next day, time was already reversed to 1996, the moment we opened our eyes.
I need
We
second
walked out of the
DPS.
building made of grey and white marble as usual, hardly aware that the sun we bathed in was from another time.
We still have Lilia though.
Our survival was unexpected and almost unbelievable in such a calamity which swept the globe.
We swept the globe.
Why did the headquarters of the Foundation survive the reverse? Why couldn't we find our younger selves in the outside world? Did any other region survive it as we did?
Ya sabar chapter lihat.
What was the
Waduh,
cause
chapter 6
behind this
susah nih
calamity?
kayaknya ya. Wish me luck
I
guys.
didn't know, nor did anyone else. Things remained unclear until time was reversed again. This time,
You
we
will
all
at least
witnessed that
retain to
reign
do
in the
referee.
80s.
Oh ya, referee agak sulit sih.
These files version needs.
I think so.
And game content, so yeah. The minute the assistant will claim have a cool head has never panicked so much.
It's a report written by someone who witnessed the storm. And it has recorded the storms before Burton
Tak
became the
200
timekeeper.
meter. Ya susah sih. Kayaknya kita butuh tim yang bagus. Maksudnya butuh tim yang range-nya lebih banyak gitu. Enggak cuman 1-2 yang jadi gitu. Jadi tim kita harus seimbang.
Before she became the timekeeper? Whoa. So
Lucy
Burton
P1 saya
wasn't
tidak
born a
berdaya.
timekeeper.
Lucy yang mana ya?
She didn't tell you that? Wait, no one is born a timekeeper. It's not an inherited title. Anyway, this report includes the secret chronology only accessible to the core members of the Foundation. You can only check it under the supervision of the monitor assistant before you become a qualified investigator. No matter what the reason is,
Lucy itu karakter
it shouldn't
limited.
have been
Oh ya?
shoved in this dusty room like rubbish. To evaluate its authenticity and risk, the genius Mathilda Boiniche will fulfill her duty as the monitor assistant and carry out a thorough inspection of this report. If you agree to this resolution, please nod, Assistant Sotheby.
Assistant Sotheby. Speech is full of terminologies Sotheby has never heard of, but it doesn't matter the speech. Just already decide how to answer.
Yes.
They even used filler and balloon party, didn't even survive.
That was 1985. A gloomy, miserable night compared to that peaceful morning in 1996, when we were only bothered by confusion.
We are only bothered by
We
confusion.
didn't expect time to be reversed again,
Nor did we
nor
understand,
did we understand
the
the
consequence.
consequence. Even
Even
now,
now, I still
remember Paulina's
Paulina's
desperate
desperate
cry.
cry. One
One of her hands was already inside the safe area when she fell at the entrance to the headquarters. And that was the only part of her left to us the next second. The only legacies we found were an engagement ring on that hand and her favorite blue polka dot scarf, which we used to wrap her remains in the end.
Remains in the end.
To be honest, I admired those who
Hey,
still
BF.
remained calm and sympathized with the
Yeah,
arcanists on the edge of mental breakdown.
Crit.
It had nothing to do with the 1/4 arcanist blood in my body. It was only the kind of empathy which all mankind would share out of instinct in the face of a hopeless calamity. We
Next
lost
banner apa ya?
too many colleagues.
Too many
In the
colleagues.
materials they sent back, we even saw all the
Aku ingin
horrifying
Vtuber sih.
phenomena,
Vtuber
such
good
as
banget.
one's veins turning
Masuk
into
banget sama
electric
tim
wires.
aku. Entah kenapa. Aku coba Vtuber kan
Since
kemarin.
then, the storm, a word simply taken from visual observation, has been used to refer to the calamity. Of course, we can have a word for the calamity itself. But what words should we use to conclude all the absurdity and panic?
By the way, guys, aku ingin coba game baru
Before the
namanya
storm, we were
Silver
all
and Blood.
familiar with time.
Ditunggu ya.
It was supposed to be a straight line connecting the past and the future. We followed the line to move
Follow
forward.
the line, move forward,
broke
and
free
free
from
from
ignorance.
ignorance.
We
We
built
built civilization.
We developed technologies. We
promote
promoted the well-being of mankind. And we improved our living conditions step by step. We were so sure that we were making progress on the right path. But then, the path was taken away all of a sudden. Oh, time. Our closest old friend. Where are you
Its banner
taking
is
us?
Elizabeth, I believe.
Back
Or
to the
keep her
two
winner.
most painful war times in the 20th century. The era when no one had ever heard the hiss of steam engines. Or the century when mankind was yet to be enlightened. So far, mankind has achieved a lot in history. Dynamos, automobiles, flyovers, railways, hospitals, poorhouses.
Pearl houses.
But if it goes on like this,
What's the point
what is the point of all the efforts we have made?
All
Now
the
we are like a shipwreck left on the island of time,
witnessing the fall of the whole modern world in the unstoppable tsunami.
Even
Silver
though
and
the
Blood
foundation
bukannya
has
game
lost a
monton
lot of
ya?
staff members,
Yes.
they are still doing fine compared
Tapi
to
gambarnya
La
bagus.
Place.
Artnya bagus aku
My
lihat.
younger brother was a good example.
Entahlah,
He was the
coba
most sensible
nanti mau
person I
dicoba
have ever
dulu sih.
known. On the first day of the second reverse, he told me, in a calm manner,
At least we have reaffirmed that Newton was right. There was never an arrow of time in classical mechanics. Neither in relativity nor quantum mechanics. That means this is absolutely normal. Whether the time goes backwards or
start
forwards,
and
even
already-
if it starts
Oh, yeah.
spinning around like a tabletop football player, they're not against the law of
Kita coba.
physics.
Itu
We can
udah
go back
udah
in
full
time
release
and
atau
clip
masih
Poincaré
open
a
beta ya?
medal of great profit.
Aku
the
cuma
next
lihat
day he almost
sekilas
fell
ya.
off the 6th floor due to excessive drinking. All the perceptions of time and space developed to this day were overthrown. We couldn't find any theories
Oh, yeah,
to
it's a
explain
full
the
release.
storm in any existing
I think
researches.
we are going to test that.
There could only be two reasons for this situation. Either we've been completely wrong all the time, or we've come to a brand new world.
Come to a brand new
And
world.
this new world can never make sense in the way of science, or that of physics. It cannot be verified by an independent third party, and it is impossible to be comprehended through reasoning.
I saw
it
my
true that we have been
friend
going the wrong
play
way?
that Shadowverse too.
Is it true that those once proven wrong by history, those arcanists who claim to
But
possess gnosis,
I kinda
are
not
actually on the right path?
in too much on card games.
In fact, the one who put an end to the chaos was indeed not a human. This thing,
But I
I
do
had no idea what it
I
was.
do love
It claimed to be a machine which never
card
stops working.
games back
It
before.
laughed the limitations of our brains and the
hello,
metaphysical
Tama.
mistakes we make ceaselessly.
Apa kabar, Tama?
But it
Welcome.
did solve the most
Welcome
urgent
back.
issue.
How
a
are
system
you?
was built to tackle storm-relevant emergencies after
Is it
it took
okay?
charge of Laplace.
How
The
is
first
your
measure it
day?
adopted was contacting all the existing branches of the foundations at the time to confirm the scale of available manpower.
Tama.
Then it built observation stations all over the globe to find if there were
Oh,
any
not
other
good.
regions immune to the storm. After that, numerous offices responsible for deducing the cause of the storm were established. Even though there were countless
period
disagreements
starting.
during the research, at least we had taken the first step. I handed in the application to take part in this mission, determined to get
Have
rid of
you
the fog in my mind.
minum sesuatu
In
yang bisa
1986, I
menenangkan
was assigned to the office in
sakitnya?
Egypt. All
Bang,
my
ini
friends
chapter
came to the
tambahan
dock
sampai
to see me
stage
off,
10 full yapping. Serius.
because we knew it could be the final
Oh,
goodbye.
sudah.
Even though we were equipped with the emergency communication devices issued by Laplace, we were still not clear when the storm would assault us,
But I love
or
the
where we could
yapping
hide
apa namanya?
nearby. What really
the
scared me was
story
not the
itu
threat
kayak-
to my life,
Aku belajar
but the possibility of dying
British English.
ignorant. Then I boarded the ship to Alexandria from
tetap-
Athens,
hmm,
and that
berarti
was when I met
harus nonton live stream Ahjussi supaya bisa menenangkan.
Now when I recall it, it was almost impossible to ignore that group of arcanists on the ship. There were about a dozen of them, all in eccentric stitched robes. They were followers of a strange school which mixes arcanum and mathematics.
By the way, aku lagi coba
I talked to them.
beli serum.
No matter how much that conversation bewilders me
Soalnya
now, I was more excited and
jerawatku
confused
itu
at the time.
udah mulai
They also
banyak.
survived the storm in 1996, and they noticed the
Ahjussi
unusual
yakin
changes
tak
taking place
sebentar.
in the world as well. That means I actually met another group of survivors from the millennium.
From the millennium. Oh iya Tama, aku sampai lupa. Aku lupa recording lagu. Maybe you're falling in love.
Wait! A school of arcanists who survived the storm?
Itu kayaknya mitos deh dari zaman dulu. Kayak kamu lagi naksir seseorang ya, terus muncul jerawat. Judulnya apa? Best part. Don't forget to drink. Okay, thank you. Bentar. Kalau kita yapping ini, kita energi kan full. Kita resource dulu deh. Ini deh. Hello John. How are you? Is it good?
Welcome, friends. Friends. Cosmología, filosofía clásica. Not a fan of my work, I take it. Nuestro aliado es la verdad.
You didn't times for... Nggak apa-apa. Boleh lah.
Hey, don't interrupt me.
Satu aja.
Idealismo, vuelos de fantasía, patrones ocultos. En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más. I hope you like it here. Even if you are bad friends, will you be my
Kita nonton yappingnya dulu.
filosofía clásica, el fundamento del mundo. Hey, don't interrupt me. Nuestro adversario es el tiempo. Ay, that hurt.
Hey, that hurts.
En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo
Bentar.
una vez más.
Kayak suaranya terlalu besar ya guys.
You have done well, comrade.
Melody just ending. Auto guys. AI-nya auto agak parah sih. Kita dapat apa nih? Klaim aja. The Star, the Tower of Babel. The full of yapping. I'm fine kak. How about you? I'm fine juga. Lagi sibuk IRL. Jadi baru live stream sekarang.
Unbelievable. Our investigator actually met this group of arcanists who believed in numbers. And even
Dan aku
left
juga
such a precious record
sibuk
down on
bikin
paper.
konten di TikTok.
Does it mean we are close to being helpful to version?
Padahal aku lihat udah dapat tooth fairy. Iya. Ketahuan deh.
Certainly, it's what we deserve for all the efforts today. But why
Akhirnya
did
aku
they leave
dapat
such an
healer
important
yang
report
decent
in the
lah.
reference room storing
Lumayan
unnecessary
lah.
information? Did they miss put it here after the chaos of the storm?
Ya Mad Pocket nggak pulang-pulang. Pasti dong. Pas abis stream aku langsung gacha.
Among them, the most easygoing
Dan
one
kayak
was
cuman
Hugh.
satu kali pull langsung dapat.
He was an engineer as well as an arcanist.
Bukan 1 kali 10.
We shared the
10
same
kali kan
preference
gitu.
for human technology, and that became our common topic. Hugh was in his 30s, red-haired, cheeks sunken, and deeply depressed due to some kind of eye disease. He was a decent man, with a prudent attitude, working at a desk most of the time. He reminded me of the imperial miniature painting artists in the Sultan's palace. Most of them ended up blind after toiling for their life.
Malah kalau gak stream malah
He
beruntung.
showed me the
Yes.
picture of his daughter. I don't have children, but I could feel his happiness as a father. Although I got along well with Hugh, he seemed quite out of place among the group,
Buat konten di live gacha malah busuk.
which was actually
Tapi
led
nggak juga
by,
sama Recoleta sama Melania sih.
I don't know what words to use to describe
Words to
her.
use describe her.
She was like a meteor shower, a
Not getting
tempest,
personal
or
disorder, man.
an unreasonable catastrophe itself. Her existence was just like her name.
Her
It
name.
was simple,
Yep,
yet
implied a lot.
implied a lot. Please forgive me for my cowardice. Even now, I don't have the courage to write down her name.
If
one
one
would call
would
that
call
a
that name. Huh? That
In
name.
fact, she was quite a kind, warm-hearted person.
Warm-hearted person.
Among all the unregistered arcanists I've met,
This
she
was
was
the
one of the
nice
nicest ones towards the Foundation.
Oh,
She looked
who's-
young, even though I heard she had a daughter too. Besides, she still possessed the innocence of a child, and that kind of
mama muda nih,
excitement
mama muda.
exclusive for genius.
Kenapa dingin banget AC?
That's right.
Kau
It
udah lihat
seems the
trailer
whole world
2,7 belum?
was like a sparkling toy to her.
Udah
Our
muncul
communication
ya?
was heart-stirring at the beginning. Both of us were eager to find out what was happening, like
Like
two
two
shipwrecked
shipwreck-
victims grappling at each other on the sea. But I didn't
Nautica?
have the slightest
Oh, namanya
idea what she
Nautica.
was talking about, actually. The problem was not the typical communication issues between humans and arcanists. I was sure the language we used didn't pose any obstacles, but still I couldn't understand any words of hers. I would believe that one is highly intelligent if one can name all the factors of 11,567 without thinking.
Sudahkah ada host buku lagi?
This one said
Siapa?
was illogical nonsense which no one could ever imagine.
Tapi reverse
She
99
claimed that there is a world of
kayak
numbers,
dikit
above
banget ya
all
cara
else,
cowok.
where the non-physical essences of all things exist in the
No,
form of
Nautica in
timeless,
2.8.
absolute, unchangeable ideas, and that the physical world where the time flows is nothing but an appendage, which has never been real or true. And that's why the chaos in this world is not worth any attention, and we
3.0
should
ada
focus
karakter
on
cowok
what
lagi.
happened to
Oke.
the supreme existence. What an utter disaster combining modern maths with ancient superstition. I saw another hubristic arcanist pretending to be the prophet by reliving Platonism.
I don't think it's
I
a
don't even bother
man.
to mention the balderdash on soul numbers. Even the New Age movement could use some of her absurdity. But that was not yet the end. She even claimed to be aware of the exact year when the next reverse would happen.
Oh, is it
When
talking
I asked
about
her
37?
about it seriously, she said,
Genders
My
are having a
apologies.
gender.
I've made an oath. I shall and only shall reveal the demonstration to people who have
Ah,
their
yeah,
own
yeah.
soul numbers.
She
I'm
talked about
not sure whether she
37
was
in this
making fun of me or
report.
being serious, but I had this feeling that she was eager to tell me how she was granted the secret through a moment of afflatus.
Terus bullet meta
It
char
seemed
sentinel.
she just saw through the laws behind all things instead of finding them through logical deduction.
Can't you see it? It is right in front of you.
After I expressed my inability to
Mad
comprehend her words 30
energy.
times, she finally gave up and proffered regrets.
Kalian pernah
I'd
pakai
rather
Somel
take
Waste
it as a
nggak?
new kind of
Aku bingung
humiliation.
pakai dia. Aku pernah pinjam kan
What really
punyanya orang,
irritated
cuman aku
me
nggak
about
tahu
her,
pakai.
however, was her contempt towards science and
Tapi
all
ini
the
MD
scientific research methods.
5 nggak bisa pulang.
As far
Bintang
as I'm
5 lebih
concerned,
susah ya?
the value of a theory lies in its reliability, universality, and generalizability. Our pursuit of the truth has laid the foundation of modern science, allowing us to change the world.
Allowed to change the world.
Yet, in her eyes, the value of a theory lies in its beauty.
It's hard, but
I
with
talked to her on the
words, you're
current
clear.
situation, and I told her how we would save lives and preserve the hard-earned technology of mankind if we could find the pattern of the storm.
Kalian
It was
ada
of course not an easy thing
unit
to do.
bintang
It would
5 yang
take
kalian
enormous
suka nggak?
manpower.
Maksudnya yang
So I asked her
bisa kepake
sincerely
di
to
tim.
join the foundation. Yet again she responded with contempt. She believed they would only become another military squad of the foundations.
Darling, maths are beautiful for their uselessness.
Math is beautiful,
That's why it remains
usefulness.
noble and graceful in this sordid world, despite you humans'
The
reckless
Kremlin?
action of using it to calculate ballistic.
How to spell that?
She turned down my invitation and left an unfairly negative comment on our storm observation project.
The observation stations you built are destined to be toppled because their basis is the fragile world that follows the laws of physics. The efforts you've made are like nails on a sand beach, which will only be carried away by the next tidal wave.
But I said, perhaps our efforts are in vain, but someone has to do it. We will try every corner of the beach before making the
Emosi
conclusion
advisor
that the
Captain
world we are
Politik.
living in is already a hopeless ruin.
I don't know, Semmelweis kayak
What a
Apa ya?
pragmatic, rigorous, and rational speech.
kayak
But dear, the world is a hopeless
HP
ruin.
kita habis pakai dia.
The conversation ended in disagreement. I don't know why arcane
Dia is silent, I believe.
Perhaps the reason is they have never been truly accepted.
Kan belum?
To this day, I still
Kan belum?
remember her venomous conclusion.
The world built on past experiences has ended. In your words, which you used to mock us,
Why not
why
embrace
not
the reality?
embrace the reality?
Yet about the gnosis which she deeply believed in, and the so-called prophecy she
Similar
made through
words with
numbers,
Mad Pop.
she had never given any proofs or details that showed rigorous logic. And the reason for her inactions
Kalau Tooth Fairy,
was an oath she had made before some stone.
it's decent, cuman kayak
Therefore, I believed her words were only the nonsense of a
skillnya
lunatic.
buat nurunin critical
When we
rate.
first met,
Ya,
I thought she
critical
was
apa
different
namanya?
from all those psychos who mistook the
Regulator night
malfunction of their
skin.
prefrontal
Udah ada.
cortex as the will of God. But they turned out to be the same. In the name of human sense, I swore everything she said was absurd and ridiculous to me. Until
Itu sih metai sabdara, Mad Pop Hill, tapi
Madame
kurang
Z
HP sendiri,
said
makanya
the
coba buat tim
arcanists
Bang
on that
Samuel.
island are all named
Upcoming
after numbers,
update.
because they have a strong
Critical
belief
rest
that
and increase
numbers
damage.
are the essence of their souls. The investigator wouldn't write down her name. Is it because of the conflict between their beliefs?
Matilda turns to the next page eagerly as if checking novel. But the reality welcomes her with an empty page.
Huh? That's all?
Maybe because the story ends with an abrupt stop, or the hope that just race has died down.
Submitting such an unfinished report would only cause problems for the reviewers and evaluators. But this investigator didn't even write down their name.
Don't worry, Miss Burnish. I'm familiar with this situation. Every time after the brave Typhon defeats Jupiter, he returns to the Auto Island.
Auto Island.
But each time we twist the ear of Mr. Glassbox, Typhon will show up again and again. Ms. Moisson told me the ear is the key to bringing back our hope.
Wait, don't tell me you are talking about the shows on the mechanical television?
Ignoring the monitor assistant confusion, the enthusiastic young lady started looking around for the ear.
Stop, Miss Sotheby. Please, take a seat on the cushion and listen to me carefully. This is a detailed report written by a formal investigator of the foundations, not some
Eagles,
TV show
yes.
full of cliffhangers. That means we will definitely find the rest somewhere.
To be honest, cewek-cewek kayak gini ada charm.
Must be a cocoa treant who took away the other part of the book. Usually, they will be attracted by Luna Fixer, and by following their traces,
I
will
think it's
find
pretty
their
cheating
lairs in the
character since
stable.
the game will be attack death
You
or
mean
attack their
someone
hand
took
on
it away?
HP based. Oh yeah.
That's highly possible. Data loss is not allowed in the Foundation, especially under the Monitor Assistance Management.
We must prepare Luna Fixer. Don't forget their favorite jigging magical beans. I don't have those materials with me right now, but I can write to them. It only takes a month.
Oh, makin sekarat makin gede. Aneh juga ya.
Nuh-uh, we
Nuh-uh.
don't need that.
We don't need that. Halo Aprian. Apa kabar? Maaf, aku baru live stream. Ya, long time no see. Aku
You've
baru live
perfectly
stream.
accomplished the task from me when you found this valuable report. Well done, Assistant Sotheby. Now it's time for the great Matilda to show a little bit of her greatness.
Her greatness. Next update, free 6 stars. Oh ya? Divination in the day. Hah? Ada free 6 star? Siapa? Pickles? Yeah. I think Pickles? No? There's no moonlight during the daytime. But the moon is not the only choice for divination.
Judging from the omen, it's at the northwest, the beginning and the ending of the ring, where the wall reflects repeatedly.
Holding the crystal orb with both hands, Matilda kept adjusting her position, while trying to figure out the phage vision in the spear. Sotheby followed her with a curious face.
The northwest of
It's a selector.
SPTM. This one is straightforward.
Oh, kita bisa pilih.
The beginning and the ending of the ring is not a problem either. The icon of the computing center is exactly the Ouroboros, a serpent eating its own tail.
A serpent eating its
Here we
own
are.
tail. Ah, aku pernah dengar
But
Ouroboros.
where the wall reflects
Sudah dibuat unboxing
repeatedly.
figur? Udah.
Does that mean a closed room with mirrors?
Aku
The mirror in the display center
kemarin kan
is a
sibuk bikin
huge
TikTok itu kan.
kinescope in the wall.
Udah.
And the one in the airtight laboratory is a
figurnya udah
crystal
siap
clear
untuk di
observation
giveaway.
window. The one in the rehab center? No. The mirrors in the operation room have been replaced with curved electronic screens of steel
Yeah.
structure after that Xenopilot made a scene. So, where is the answer?
Where is the answer? He slowly turned around, trying to find the perfect angle for a clearer version. A white figure stormed away from her side, almost bumping off the orb she tightly holds.
Hey! You just hit me! Shouldn't you apologize?
Where did you come from, dork? Wasting my time.
Can't believe how many times Cucuruku. What? Cucuruku?
What? How could he say that? That's rude!
That gentleman doesn't look well. He's covering his face. His nose is running with purple liquid. Oh dear. Did he drink a whole bottle of purple Chrysandra juice? He needs treatment immediately. Oh, if only I had brought the Phoenix heart nerves with me.
It's flutter page.
He ran towards the rehab center. Nothing to worry about. Just another patient trying to prove he has recovered.
The hasty man had disappeared completely. The little incident doesn't raise anyone's attention. Yang
The
bisa
rehab
dipilih
center
free
has all the
selector
facilities and
Eternity
medicines he
because New
He
Babel
will be
dalamnya.
properly treated. But
An
why
Lee,
is he
Aman,
wearing the
Jessica. Banyak
uniform
banget yang di
of
pocket.
Laplace? And where's
Oh,
the receptionist
tentu
here?
saja kita akan pick pickles or good boy. The lobby of competence and welcome deafening silence. The counter is no longer busy with people with auto recognition device.
Does everyone go to the weekend party night?
Miss New Babel, what is Miss New Babel for? Dia support atau healer?
Absolutely not. The
Atau
researchers
DPS?
here are too busy to do that. The computing center is working on the most urgent and vital project, the research on the immunity to the storm. We should not disturb them unless it's an emergency. So please stop calling the office and
Network
put down the
coverage.
telephone, Miss Sotheby. This
Yeah,
is not
good
the
boy.
year
Kita
of a
harus pilih good
ticket
boy,
and it
Pickles.
won't take you to any twist balls.
Aku udah lihat pickles. The monitor assistant can't stand the difference in their terminology anymore.
Je sais qu'il est débutant, mais quand même, il est trop bizarre. Guide new members with caution and patience. Trigger the afflatus at the right time. J'avoue que Verten a remporté une victoire temporaire sur ça.
Your repose ending defense, I believe. Her mumbling is interrupted by the owner of the cheerful footsteps.
Miss Bonish, I just read the map on the counter.
Oh, Miss Bonish is here.
You mentioned where the wall reflects repeatedly. Does the vision refer to the racquetball center here? You see, its icon is a bouncing ball.
A bouncing ball.
Let me take a look.
Madpok juga bagus.
Found it. This is really the right direction. Next, empty boxes, glasswares, and copper pieces. Looks like our destination has piles of metal.
Piles of metal. The vision and orb is growing clearer, proving that they are heading in the right direction.
Good job, Assistant Sotheby. I have to say, I might have gone a bit too hard on you. You are more capable than I thought. Thanks to your prompt reminder, we have saved quite some time.
Sotheby is glad to help.
The young lady gladly hopped along the way while she doesn't give up, peering at Matilda
Miss
crystal orb.
Bonish, since you're such a talented diviner, why don't you just divine the reason for the storm
to
with your
fairy
inherited
was-
arcanum ability?
T.O.? T.O.? What is
According
T.O.?
to Ms. Moisson, the reason still remains a mystery. If the crystal orb can reveal
Madpok
its
and Miss
truth,
Newbell was lower.
everything will be much easier for Vertin and her team.
Sadly not anymore,
Define
just
the
hope to
reason
fear
for
get
the
her euphoria.
storm?
Miss New Bubble bagus, tapi lebih bagus bareng rekan senggol bacoknya
Impossible for sure.
J.A.K. Joe.
It's a typical mistake of laymen to believe one can see everything through divination. You are an expert on potions and arcane creatures, but you have little knowledge on other subjects. Haven't you received any systematic education on arcanum?
Education on Arcanum? I'm of course well educated in Arcanum, with Ms. Moisson as my tutor, and my arcane friends such as Typhon from the Auto Island, Jupiter, and...
Alright, enough.
Lucu banget. Serius lucu banget Matilda. It's not must with her.
I have understood the fact that the education you have received is not systematical, or say incomplete, imperfect, inelegant.
Lucu banget Matilda.
But don't worry, because you are talking to the kind-hearted Matilda. She will spend her valuable time to make it up for you.
The great monitor assistant cleared her throat and started recalling what she learned when she was 12.
In fact, the system of arcanum knowledge is not completely separated from that of human science. For example, the modern pharmacy and chemistry actually originated from the experiments of potions and alchemy in the ancient times. They developed into two different systems because arcanists focused more on the knowledge ignored by scientists, which is gnosis.
Gnosis.
The knowledge we learn from divination is exactly
Listening to
under
Mati
this
Lay.
category.
Tapi dia lucu loh.
Wow.
Sotheby eyes light up with amazement. Matilda takes out her notebook and draws a brief sketch in it. What?
Let me fill you in with more details. If two human researchers test Snell's law at two different places at the same time without making any mistakes, they will always reach the same conclusion. Or if two potionists use the same ingredients and follow the same formula to make the cough cough stop stop potion separately, their products will also have similar effects. However, if two diviners respectively perform divination on the same thing, they will probably see totally different visions.
Matilda is being
Because
confident
what
but
the
clown teacher.
divination shows is merely omens. The interpretation of these omens is in fact a kind of subjective deduction based on the reality, and there is no such thing as a standard answer. Even if the two diviners draw the same conclusion, it is more of a coincidence than a result that implies generalizability. So diviners never check the accuracy of their divination through the review of peers. And this is an example of gnosis. Unlike human sense, it is unique and possesses no universality.
She puts away and wiggles her index finger.
In other words, even if someone finds out a reason for the storm through divination, they can't have other diviners verify it, because 100 different diviners will give out 100 different conclusions. The scene will be even busier than a concert at Musikverein. That being said, the more possible result we get from the divination is nothing. Divination cannot bring knowledge which the diviners have never learned. The divination of such world-class knowledge, as complicated as the reason for the storm, can only be performed by world-class diviners. We may
I thought
find
this was
one or
chapter
two
three.
diviners like that if time continues
No,
to play first. Like
But
Nostradamus.
it has the same background though.
But he lived in the 16th century. Besides, even Nostradamus is not always right.
Nostradamus. Ya, aku pernah dengar Nostradamus.
But Miss Buanish is. Thanks to your divination, we're getting closer and closer to that report, right?
You are right! Finding items, interpreting dreams, and making simple prophecies. All these things are just a breeze for the bright and clever Matilda.
Bright and clever Matilda.
But inquiring about the storm is beyond my ability, and it will only bring misfortune. I will never make such a stupid mistake.
Matilda regains her radiant appearance.
In fact, this half of the report and the handwriting of the author are perfect divination media. Besides, our target is not far away from us, and I'm familiar with the surroundings, which have made things much easier than usual. It is true diviners can improve the accuracy and controllability of their gnosis by practicing repeatedly, holding the rituals properly, and making targeted preparations. But that still doesn't mean the result will be absolutely accurate.
Sotheby nods. No one can tell from her face whether she truly understands that announcement or not. Reading the vision in the orb, Matilda leads Sotheby around corner nimbly.
The report says that person who mentioned the school of numbers claimed she was enlightened about the year of the next storm. Is that also by divination?
I am not sure what kind of arcane skills they used, but numbers are indeed a kind of omen too. I am not talking about the specific knowledge of mathematics, but the numbers themselves, because they are even more abstract than images and languages as kind of symbol. Even so, there is no way for us to verify this prophet, unless it really comes true. That is also why it takes almost nothing to spread a prophecy. My mother told me many people in the outside world write to the foundation every day, claiming to be prophets who can predict the doomsday and thus requesting unemployment benefits.
The doomsday? Unemployment benefits?
Unemployment
Oh
benefits.
my! The outside world is far more wonderful than I thought. How fascinating.
Fascinating.
This boa niche is even greater than I expected.
You bet! Wait, did you mean I was not the greatest?
Badut. They have reached the end of the corridor. Matilda puts away the orb and looks at the wooden door with no sign in front of her. This weird vision leads them to the room next to the racquetball center.
Here we are,
This
Miss
clown.
Sotheby. Now, this is the moment to verify the result of my divination.
Kayaknya aku bikin tim Sotheby sama Matilda deh. He opens the door with a slight pause. To be continued. Ini sampai 10 ya? Banyak juga ya?
If you look at the ground after the rain, you pick it at the end of the But what if we don't see any
sorry,
snails
but
at either end?
I have no idea.
You just figured out how. When the rain rose, they struggled to collect even so, they everything they were
What
familiar with.
happened then?
The chaos.
Ngantuk Kong So Mimi.
If you
Mimi.
read, does it mean we will find out the truth of time?
The
once
fact
the
they're
secret
not
of the rain
even
is
that
revealed?
great in the same team.
So then, observation stations were built, order and silence.
Nanti kita
It was
bikin ya timnya. Kita bikin tim Sotheby sama Matilda. The Lament in Silence. One poison, the other impromptu. Gak cocok banget. The light is dim here. Archive cabinets and organized files are everywhere, punctured by a strange device in lapless style.
Where are we?
It's been 1 hour.
Nothing found of the racquetball center.
Iya, udah sejam ya. Get Matilda.
The orb
penasaran sih.
showed copper pieces. We need to find something that seems to be locked, but is actually not.
Siapa yang write the report?
Found it! Nothing can stop the genius, Matilda.
Matilda. Find what's looking in a rusty drawer. Obviously, the report has been here for a very long time. It kinda closed because of damp air. Luckily, in writing is still recognizable.
The trip to Egypt didn't go smoothly.
The trip to Egypt didn't go
The ship
smoothly.
was hit by a common storm at sea. We were lost in the fog after that.
Completely,
Of course. Then something emerged from the water.
Wait,
Since the first storm, the Foundation has received frequent sightings
Is
of
this
arcane creatures which should have been extinct in
13?
history. I had no idea what I was shooting
Just
at
made
even
chapter
after I
6 of
emptied
the
the clip. And I didn't know what to do. So arcanists
writer of
brought
the
us
report
back on
kayaknya
course.
Vertin deh.
She names the precise longitude and latitude of our location, even without using the sextant in the spare cabin.
Kenapa
I wonder how she did
mirip
that.
sama Vertin kan?
Perhaps the world did look different in her eyes. Then when I was about to step on a random plank on the ship, she suddenly dragged me back. I thought it was only an inappropriate joke. But the next second, the plank broke.
The plank broke.
I was stunned, and asked her how she saw that coming. She just answered me as if we were talking about the weather.
Because that plank is deformed like a rhombus.
I was confused. Where
What's
is
the
the rhombus? She laughed.
The rhombus can't be seen with eyes. You shall close your eyes, hearken to the teaching of the supreme existence, and seize the moment of afflatus.
Of course, I didn't see anything. Nor did I understand what the moment of afflatus was. Perhaps it's just another privilege enjoyed by arcanists. Just like their right to be lunatic.
Just like the right to be lunatic.
Nevertheless,
bentar, writer of the
she
report
reached the
bukan
correct
Aranis ya?
conclusion in a completely wrong way.
Is it really possible?
Is it really possible? Anyway,
Really?
she saved my life.
But that is not enough.
But that was not enough to settle the differences between us. She remained rejective to working with the Foundation. And I finally gave up on the attempt to persuade them. My mission on that trip was not to make contact with them. Besides, what we needed was builders of the storm observation system, not some liars who would only make things worse. As for the shelter they took from the storm, she wouldn't say a word, as if she were dealing with a spy who pried to find out the deepest secrets of the Arcanists. In the end, Hugh mediated between us. He gave me an address in Istanbul to which I could send the letters to contact them. After that, I spent more than half a year in the Egypt office. Things were even worse there than I expected. Some have gone missing after the storm. The people who were supposed to be in the Egypt office, according to the member list stored in the headquarters in 1985, were not there when I arrived. The situation could be caused by the limitations of the transmission of paper-based materials, or because the computer was not yet popularized to every corner of the globe at the time. One minor mistake of a copyist could develop into a huge difference. Besides that, the chaos inside Laplace was an even worse issue. I learned that someone published the paper Samplings of Global and Regional Chaotic Energy Route Changes in the name of Butterfly of Lorentz. Apparently they secretly used our sampling sites, yet their research direction and conclusion were radically different from Laplace's. The researchers equally divided into two schools, one sticking to the human technology they have focused on, and one changing their direction to Arcanum. At the time, it was still too early to decide which direction was right, without sufficient experimental data. But many already believed that if time continued to be reversed, human technology would only keep falling into decline, while Arcanum, which relies on personal ability, would rise again.
That's true,
It's
that's
true
true.
that Gnosis cannot be copied, verified by an independent third party, or comprehended through reasoning. Its nature decides that it cannot lay the foundation of science or be popularized to every ordinary person. It takes solid marble to build a castle, not slippery sand. Even so, what harm will it do to rely on Arcanum when the underlying logic of all things has become unreasonable? Before the disagreement was settled, the storm in 1987 was predicted. We were ordered to return to the headquarters 24 hours before its arrival. But the prediction was not accomplished by Laplace. A captive from
Manus
Vindictae
Vindictae
names the precise date of that storm. Our enemies, those lunatic xenophobes, valuing only pure blood, made it further than we did. Yes, we built observation stations, we made countless deductions, we developed multiple simulation models. We made efforts, we sacrificed life, we did whatever we could. Yet the result was that we didn't find any other regions immune to the storm, except the headquarters and another one in North America. In the end, 95% of the branch members were reversed. 87.9% of the equipment was destroyed, and 100% of our predictions failed. In conclusion, our endeavor brought no achievements. As for the captive from Manus Vindictae, the delirium patient who claims that oracles flowed under his parietal bone, when we asked him how he learns the precise date of the storm, he burst into laughter.
Can't you hear it? Has God left you behind when he spread his grace?
Then, He smashed his own skull with a handcuff.
Oh,
Yes, there was no doubt. He was an incurable lunatic. But his insane nonsense was exactly the reason we survived the storm again. No matter how unreasonable or illogical it was, or how much a lie it sounded like. So we'd better believe we shouldn't go out in black today because the fish is swimming in the water.
pick
We'd
when we
better
actually
believe in
reach
the
Vienna
existence of the
establishment.
non-physical, everlasting, transcendent world where everyone's soul is a number.
Everyone's soul is a
Better
number.
believe in the supreme existence which caused the disorder of time by merely casting its shadow.
Shadow.
That means the life of individuals means nothing more than rubbish, and the world is
Rubbish.
but an imperfect ruin where only the chosen ones will pass the trial, where the rest will be eliminated by the rain. How am I supposed to do that?
How am I supposed to do that?
Finally,
I
made up my mind to write to her.
Who is her?
I didn't expect her to answer my questions. All I wanted was to confirm if she had survived that storm. For the sake of our peaceful talk about the rhombus. Yet what I heard from them was a simple announcement of her death. With only 2 words.
Her death with only 2 words?
She died.
He died.
Then it burned and turned to ashes in a second.
Burned turned to ashes in a
On the
second.
same day, the first and only timekeeper who just took office, the 12-year-old child,
12-year-old child returned alone from the storm.
storm.
Oh, it's the 13. It's 14.
She told us the time in the outside world at that point. And that was how I knew she was right.
It is right in front of you.
But if there is a God, why are you playing such a prank on us after we had suffered from the collapse of all the existing orders and the failure of all the great laws? If this is what she calls a glimpse of the supreme existence, the moment of a flatus, do you have to present it in such a cruel way? The last 2 digits in the number of the year after that storm were exactly her name and her number. 77.
77. Apakah dia cara yang bisa diambil gitu? The reports and here 2 digits that the full stop of the story.
Incroyable! Incroyable!
Incroyable!
Quelqu'un a vraiment fait cette prophétie! Ertin and Soneto will be thrilled to know what we found! Well done, Miss Sotheby! You performed as well as a formal investigator! We need to submit this report to your instructor immediately!
Sotheby isn't the person standing there.
What are you doing in other people's rooms?
Huh? Who is this? The report snuts away.
This is my personal item. You have no rights to take it.
Huh?
Please leave immediately.
Who is this?
A personal item? This is a precious record that should have been submitted to the Foundation. According to Administration and Regulations for Dispatch Personnel, St. Pavlov Foundation Decree number 259, every member of the Foundation, when acting as a field investigator, is required to create a comprehensive investigation report of all their actions and promptly submit it.
And they are obliged to ensure the authenticity, objectivity, and impartiality of the report. No personal bias is allowed in the content. If you have read this report, miss, you should know that it's not even qualified to be filed.
But this is an emergency!
The Storm Reformation Act is still new to her. She can't think of any article to support her point of view. She racked her brain for words before she makes the other person start talking, with one of his eyebrows
I can
raised.
tell from your uniform you are a student of SPDM or... This is Laplace. Do you have your guardian's approval to leave the school, Miss Underage Student?
Miss Underage Student.
I don't need that. I am not a student. You are talking to the exceptionally promoted monitor assistant of SPDM. Here is my ID.
She holds her ID card high as holding the flag of the country. But she ignored the other walk directly in swivel chair in the room and pay attention to educational time.
Did you just ignore a formal administrator of the foundation? This monitor assistant will report every misbehavior of yours.
Tes berapa ini bang? Kayak 6. Wordless, the monitor assistant can't be more embarrassed in her life. Let her run just to find Sotheby is gone. Luckily, the chief assistant learned faster than she expected. The famous sing-song tone, the reporter started half open the door.
Miss Moisson, we found that report here. The great Miss Buanish and I discovered some important information. I came to you and Madame Z immediately after we read
Possibly
it.
with the complete facts, I think.
Miss Buanish, why are you confronting Mr. Chair?
Sotheby stands at the door, her head is tilted. 2 adults are behind her.
I didn't expect to see the second half of that report here in your room, Adler.
So Mimi. This time, the owner of the voice can't be ignored. The swivel chair unwillingly turns around.
Don't call me that, friend. Why not just call me Enigma?
Enigma?
Just like everyone else. Relax. I know nicknames mean no harm. But I don't understand.
Is he playable?
How is a report filled with meaningless words of any concern to you, Madam Z?
It provides information about the Arcanist group Virgin is now dealing with. If possible, please give it to me.
Of course. How can I turn down a request from Constantine's chief of staff? Take it away. I hope you don't mind the mold on it.
Nice, sadly. Enigma. Madam Z smiles. She seems glad to see that Enigma still have energy to be sarcastic. But clearly, the monitor assistant can't tolerate such blatant violation of the staff regulation.
Please pay attention to your manners and do not bring disgrace to the computing center, Mr. Rude.
Miss Moisan taps her on the shoulder and quickly looks in the direction of the door.
Ms. Buanish? Ms. Sotheby?
Ooh,
You've done
Miss
a great
Moisan.
job. I'm sure what you have found would be of great help to Timekeeper. And I will report your active performance in this mission to SPDM as soon as possible, Miss Buanish.
Miss Buanish?
We need to further analyze the files you found. The first on the scene could provide more detailed information.
She's such a mother.
Let's get out of here.
Contribution exceptionnelle.
The keyword gives this young monitor assistant great pleasure. She can't help but ignore everything else Miss Moisan says.
Oh là là, exceptionnel.
Oh la la.
Non, non. Calme-toi, Mathilda. I didn't
So you have
accomplish
a
it
mother?
alone. Assistant Sotheby also played a significant role. Hooray!
Loud cheer interrupt Matilda mumbling. Oh la la.
Miss Buanish, we can start preparing the balloons and flowers for the twist ball.
Matilda lucu banget.
Speaking of which, this monitor assistant still needs to think about it. By the way, just call me Matilda.
She struggles to get out. To be passionate. The great joy brought by Miss Moisan make her action and discussing. The girls leave the room. Matilda, my spirit animal. Body fairy childish gitu. Matilda lucu banget. Iya kayak Child sih.
There will be no advance in human technology. You think so?
You think so?
Even the Madam Z has given up on the study of theoretical physics and become a politician.
No. I've never thought of that.
I never thought of that. She turns to the door with a faint smile. Click. Do I have to read that? The door is closed. Lucunya di mana, coy? Lucu banget kelakuannya. This is 6. Huh? We have bonus, guys. The first clear. Matilda will lead to your room if see your spirit animal. The drama has ended. All is probably harsh and cold in that room. The researcher and start settling the messy papers and dusty tools on the table. Why is it mistaken for a utility room? Is it because of the mess? Metallic footsteps come from outside the door.
I am astonished by the fact that you are interacting with others.
Another trespasser.
They broke in.
My autocorrect is the wrong word at the wrong time. Clang clang Lucy. Oh, her name Lucy. The robot in charge of the Laplace scientific computing center shrugs and refused to make any comments. She has already heard all the information she needs in the corridor.
If it was a complaint that you were making, you know it is within your rights to submit an interdepartmental complaint within 7 days after the incident.
Don't bother. That file means nothing to me. I didn't file it because it is a report against the rules. Why bother to submit such a log full of personal feelings and emotional behaviors to our great, rigorous foundation?
Is that so?
That's all.
I am gratified to find that you still have some sense.
I too am gratified that you still have no idea that I was being sarcastic.
Oh, Lucy. Oh la la, who is that hottie?
Oh, that was sarcasm.
Why, is he a robot, right? But why her boobs is so big? I'm clapping. Never
Never
mind.
mind.
What do you want from me,
What do you want from me,
Madam
Lucy?
Enigma. He asks. He bends down and organizes the papers scatters all over the place. I'm not awake after my Lucy appeared. This is the best efforts he cares to make and receive a guest.
You went all the way to this dusty, rundown place so hurriedly that you even forgot to put on that pathetic mask. This is not because of some old
Enigma bends
files,
down.
I assume.
The faceless robot inclines its head in agreement.
Certainly. I hope you can be the cryptographer of the Manus Vindictae's ritual. You are still the best.
Cryptographer? Is the same the photographer?
You are asking me, a human, to decode the ritual of a pureblood arcanist group? I don't see how I'll be helpful to this project.
You cannot evaluate your own level of being of value, Adler.
So, Lucy have a freedom as a robot? The researcher keep on following more dusty folder without raising his eyes from the table.
Well, you evaluate our value. Test us in experiments you set. Prove the hypotheses
Lucy
by
is
exhaustion.
sentient. Oh,
Make
she's not
mistakes
a robot.
and start all over
Oh,
again.
like
You repeat the
Apple
process
and
like a roaring
Miss
locomotive
Radio.
that pulls the research
Okay.
center out of this chaotic disaster.
She actually won the highest ranking.
You question not what is ahead of you, nor whether the path you've taken will be regular or easy. The
Enigma.
only idea you planted into your little brain is to move forward, to improve.
Why Enigma sounds like Matilda accent? Is it a France?
Thank you for your compliment. Credit goes to everyone.
That was not even a... Miss Mirka.
What is that?
Guess you agree, a life without creativity is not worth living. And that's the life that I wake up to every day. I'm no longer the person you thought you came here for. I'll never be able to combine human technology and arcanum. And I'll never comprehend even the slightest part of it.
Why Enigma so sarcastic and so salty?
I am useless to you.
He squared up the paper on the desk in a grumpy manner, making a huge knocking noise. If she's a man, she be a himbo. I don't know who called that woman to... Wait. Ada bot. There's a bot on my Twitch. I need to ban. I need to ban this person. To ban this. Ban. Right?
I don't expect someone made of tin to understand the human mind.
These are Lucy and
But I
Kong.
beg of you, leave me alone.
The robot ignored his emotional speech and kept talking.
The work of analyzing the masks of Manus Vindicte did not go well.
Di Twitch ternyata bot juga, iya. Males banget.
A side effect occurs in the researchers, and it is getting worse. The isolation wards on the basement level are overwhelmed.
What a scene. Have you aborted the experiment?
Not yet. We have conducted the Arcanum imaging experiment on the masks and found a component which also exists in the raindrops of the storm. But knowing what it is composed of does not help explain how it works. What we're looking for is the original ritual that the Manus cast on them.
You are trying to figure out one's career planning from one's physical examination report. I wonder why it is not working. Even if somehow you manage to find the original ritual, you still need a proper environment to test it, which is the outside world with a coming storm.
The research turned to her. Wisdom and sarcasm glow in his eyes.
That's why we can't tell if we're getting results. Even if we had the right ritual, proper permission from the Foundation to travel, and strong-minded volunteer subjects, experiments performed in the Ivory Tower won't succeed because...
An experiment about the storm can only be done in a storm.
Yeah.
Glad to see your brain is not rusty yet. It only took you 3 sentences to draw the conclusion which took the seminar a week to reach. That proves you are capable of the project.
The robot in charge puts document on the table.
The history maintenance team has forecast different critical points of this storm. Foundation investigators are on their way. If Manus Vindicte still plans to accelerate the storm, like what they have done in 1929, there will be a high possibility that their people will show up at the transformation point of history and society, also known as the critical point of time, the center of the storm.
Center of the storm.
Your sister, Greta Hoffman, is also one of the investigators.
She got bullied and... Huh? Oh yeah? Why, Lucy?
I have no interest in any Hoffmans other than myself. We have different perspectives.
It is okay. I am just here to inform you that, If any of the investigators successfully send the information of the ritual back, the research about the immunity of the storm will be conducted immediately. Take your time and be mentally prepared. But once the storm alert is issued, we only have 24 hours to verify the feasibility of the ritual. I wish you will be fully prepared by then.
The robot gets out the room, leaving him no right to choose. Her feet crash into the floor and making a steely sound. Enigma eyes flicker towards the document, the face on the top familiar to him. He pulls out the drawer and takes up a scrap of paper. This is the last code he didn't give to anyone.
One thing is for sure now.
Oh, ini report yang terakhir.
The age of humans has come to an end.
So who is this? Vienna Dispatch. The end. Oh, it's already the end. We are clear drop and child of prosperity. Oh, it's over. Vienna is a family name. Alright guys, we are going to chapter 6. At last. I believe it's a place too.
Hey, you. A show, then which act in a show do you prefer?
Act 5.
Yes, of course. Do you know which act I like? But sick. The part
This is the
in
best
which
part?
the king picks up his fallen head. Yes, I have a good script here. The princess and the next page.
My lovely lady now.
In a transparent
Hooray.
room under an unyielding.
Who is that?
No,
Who is
that's
our
or found eternal
eternal
peace.
peace?
Her world has become the performance. I'd say she's a great actress. Only one act of a
Isolde
play
and Kakania.
can't- Oh, fix your
So
clothes.
we are going to. Oh, yang di gambar itu Isolde ya tadi. Razor in green. Very heavy topic. Eloquent Lestel. A razor in green. Razor in green. Oh, yeah. Why?
Meine Damen und Herren, willkommen!
What is that?
On behalf of the General Medical Association of Vienna, I would like to thank
is
you all
Italia.
for attending this demonstration conference.
Italian.
It is a great honor.
Dr. Schwartz.
As we can see, dear friends, the era of science has arrived. The era of man has arrived.
Lobotomy?
Today, we will share the honor of witnessing the
Why the phone is
advancement
changing?
of technology, its contributions to medical science, and even the world. Now, please allow me to introduce the patient again, Miss Isolde von Dietersdorf.
Italic time.
This lady has selflessly volunteered for the experiment.
Oh yeah, Italian.
And in return, will receive a healthy mind in no time.
Oh my goodness. What?
She's been living a miserable life due to hysteria. How terrible it is for a young woman like her. As we all know, mental illness
Smart and
is
I love
taking
her. I
an
can fix her.
increasing toll on our country. Even suicide has become more rampant. The tragedies are piling up, and our dear lady is in excruciating pain as we speak. Thanks to the development of medical science, we can again be rescued from the abyss of pain. As I said before, the electroshock therapy uses the most advanced technology available. The medical use of electricity dates back to the 18th century.
What? The present yet obscure theory fails to enthrall the attention of the guest. In a children poses less thirst for knowledge from tales of misfortune and a favorite over their cures.
Isolde?
Isolde?
The youngest daughter of the Dietersdorfs? Oh, no wonder she volunteered. The treatment should do wonders for her. You know there's something wrong with that family. I heard her mother stabbed old Dietersdorf in the temple with a brass needle and killed every maid in the room.
What?
That thing's even made it into the curio market. I heard not even the Lord's water could clean the blood off it.
Ha! I'm glad I have Isolde, my lovely lady. Ha!
The family seems to be cursed. So far, no one's ever lived past the age of 40. In fact, the girl had a sister who died very young, and now her brother. I read in the papers that
They have a curse.
he killed himself, right?
Gak ada yang lewat sampai umur 40 ya? Gila.
Well, the
Yeah.
artist did what an artist would do. He wrote a sad poem and then set fire to his paintings, together with himself.
You know what?
You know what?
My uncle works for the police. He showed me the autopsy report. The truth is, Theophil shot himself. He was killed by a bullet.
Gosh, good thing he didn't have to suffer all that pain before he died. Poor boy, he was so talented and handsome. But the girl, oh, she's less fortunate. Fainted at her only brother's funeral, didn't even get to see him one last time. I hope the latest treatment will alleviate her suffering.
Lunatics. The whole family is a bunch of lunatics.
Manners, sir.
Manners, sir. This is Vienna.
These poor people arcanists.
Oh, Arcanis.
I sincerely hope that Isolde can put an end to her miserable nightmare. After all, she is one of the most talented opera singers in Vienna.
True story is
Just
man.
like her mother.
You know what they say? Talent and
True
hysteria
story.
go hand in hand. Think about it. They both come from the mind.
Isafoka il sangue? What? The speaker nods this untimely whisper.
Quiet, please. The treatment will now begin. Are you ready, Miss Dietersdorf?
Yes. I'm ready. Please.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Calm down, my lady. Just hang in there, okay?
Do you
The
chuck
treatment
your
will work.
blood or are you chucking on blood?
Perseverance is a virtue. I don't think the electroshock is causing the pain you seem to be experiencing.
The treatment only make her
Don't
suffering.
let the imaginary fear get the better of you.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now we'll begin stage 2. The voltage will be slightly increased. Please get ready, Miss Dietersdorf.
No.
Stage 3, an even higher voltage.
Stage 3. All other sound has faded away.
Enough! Forgive the interruption, Dr. Schwartz, but I need you to stop the treatment immediately.
Oh, who is this lovely girl? Chattering harsh question replaced the hum of electricity. The audience turns toward the petite woman standing in the back row.
I can't help but to question your message, as well as the
Kania.
message of the General Medical Association.
My duke loving this.
Your electroshock therapy is a gross violation of humanitarian principles.
Judging from
We
what I
can
just
fix her.
saw, it only brought the patient meaningless pain and didn't help her condition one bit. Unless, of course, you intend to use physical pain to distract the patient from her mental pain.
Her green silhouette is delicate and sharp, like a razor slicing through the chaos. The fact mental ill patient got treatment back then. Oh iya, betul juga.
Even though this is a conference meant for conversation, you're being a little rude. The new electroshock therapy is not what you know from the last century. Now that man has tamed electricity, there's no doubt that the EST is the best choice for treatment. You shouldn't take it at face value, because it's not like the underlying principles are the same as that frog experiment, huh? My treatment is supported by systemic theories and reliable references. And it is approved and sponsored by the General Medical Association, which means it's reasonable and legitimate. Well, you are, correct me if I'm wrong, a social activist known for her little arcane tricks, Miss Kakanya. Or should I say, Miss Clara?
Karena dulu kita kan
as far as I know, you don't even have a medical degree. Besides your so-called art movement, this secession is
scary.
It confuses me, really. Anyway, in order to have a more professional conversation, I suggest we talk later. You know, after you get a medical license.
No, Dr. Schwartz. This conversation has nothing to do with my personal identity or experience. I'm only asking you as a citizen of Vienna and as a human being with empathy. How can you not see that she's suffering? Have you been thoroughly brainwashed by the supposed authority of medical science? Or have you two been blinded and deafened by hysteria?
Oh, you rude little...
Rude little?
Please allow me to reiterate, the EST is an advanced and reliable treatment. Besides, Miss Dietersdorf has signed an agreement before we started. The experiment is conducted under mutual consent. Your objection is of no use, and it is even harmful to the patient's interests.
Aku bingung dulu gimana mereka
But we always welcome debate.
bisa gambar anatomi selengkap mungkin.
Please be my guest and indulge us with your thoughts on her condition.
Kayak pasti mereka bedah semuanya sih kayak.
Mr. Sigmund Freud published his studies on hysteria
very
in 1895.
scary to think.
He believes that hysteria was a psychological disorder caused by problems in the nervous system. It was not a simple organ disease. His trauma theory explains that the patient's personal life experiences were the real cause of the disorder, affecting the patient in subtle ways. It makes much more sense to analyze the patient's traumas than to harm their body. As to whether his theory is advanced enough, you can read The Totem and Taboo, which he published last year.
What? Freud. Freud! The man who told people to marry their mothers and kill their fathers. The one who couldn't get a word in when his patients spewed insanity. It took him 17 years to become a professor, for God's sake. Miss Clara, I've tolerated your immature antics, and I always welcome advice and opinion as long as they're rational and reasonable. It's just, how could you challenge me with such an amateur theory? You insult me as a gentleman, and you insult my reputation.
What? Dr. Schwartz, I did not mean to insult you.
Bang. Oh.
Miss Dittersdorf, she's unconscious.
How?
Get her off the chair, now!
Wah, drama langsung. PTSD kambuh. Drum of March. So, what would they have here? We are dreaming.
I have to remind you, except
What did you dream of?
I'm as curious. You could always allow me to see a dog. He always what? But your name will be blacked out on the pages.
Not good
by
for the
then.
patient. My dear.
Oh, my dear, all medicine has side effects. The
best medicine is the bitter
bitter
to the taste.
It must.
Ayo, kita skip yang ini. I don't know, I don't like this.
But this.
So yeah, let's go. Drum of March. Oh, Laplace main hall.
Move! Move!
Ah, medicine pocket.
Shoot, are you blind or did you hit me on purpose?
The fishy dip purple substance drips from their face onto their lap. Cold. Huh?
Hey, hello. Do you know how to control this thing? It always drips on my bed at night. I just sit back for a week.
Just remove your brain. Problem solved.
That makes sense. How come I didn't think of that?
Thinking of that?
You are so sweet.
Oh, you're so welcome, pal. I'd wipe my eyes more often if I were you. Just do something to get that black snot off those lashes. The good news is the persons in charge of this place are all dead.
What?
The bad news, the one in charge right now is not a person.
What?
Hello, researcher medicine pocket. Your meal allowance is being deducted to pay for
What?
door repair.
Oh, Lucy.
I don't care, Buckethead. Do your worst.
Buckethead.
A few pennies don't bother me.
The head computing center not stacking is a sign of amicable agreement.
You could have called me from your lab terminal. The technology department has equipped every researcher with the latest communication device, and I have the energy to communicate with everyone.
Then how am I supposed to know whether my report is lying in your trash or not? Oh, please, you know we gotta talk face to face to solve our issues when things get ugly.
Flick of wrist, regular impacts.
Congrats on the one and only achievement you got from the Manus mask. We're now fully aware of its side effects, and this great achievement is filling the halls with oil and insanity. You should thank the hatted cuckoo for her report. No one's turned into a crazy monster yet, or the Manus would be attacking the headquarters from the Place right now. Damn it! What are you doing? Are you even listening to me?
Marah-marah banget.
My apologies. You said we needed to talk face to face.
Ooh.
If I understand it correctly, this is your number one request.
Oh.
You always carry a face in your pocket? That's just great.
Mukanya Lucy bagus banget. Very
You are
cantik.
welcome. It is our duty to learn and meet the needs of every researcher. This will help them reach their full potential while respecting the nature of their being. I received some letters of complaint. They asked me to develop a better sense of humor. They said it would help me understand the researcher's sarcasm, so I am studying it. 75% of the complaints mentioned they did not want to see a face on my head. Some even use strong words like, "Never let me see that face of yours again." I am glad that you are one of the other 25% researcher medicine pocket.
You know what? I don't mind if you keep that face on, as long as you let me kick it around a bit.
The new device frontier but not slightly pleased with near renewed consensus.
Regarding your second request, I have read your report. I fully understand the side effects of the mask as well as the feasibility of the decryption.
Then what's the point? It's like trying to get the syrup formula out of a Coke can. Ugh! Again, we are all screwed without the original ritual from the Manus.
It is too early to conclude that the mask does not contain important clues. The attempts we are making are very necessary. Besides, the situation in Laplace is not as bad as you say. The side effects are completely under control. The subjects are only suffering from dehydration and mania.
And mania?
Fortunately, the Rehabilitation Center has extensive experience in dealing with manic patients, and some researchers, like yourself, are already manic without putting on the mask, so the side effects will not affect them much.
Yes! Ball pens! Ball pens love brains!
Extensive experience, huh?
That is right. I am glad you have noticed our efforts. We have prepared a large amount of polymer materials in case of minor vandalism by the patients.
Haha.
Amusing.
So this is the logic of a machine, huh? Humans are as expendable in the lab as glass. You should be glad that your head is harder than my teeth, alright?
Your opinion surprises me, Researcher Medicine Pocket. There is a big difference between the human body and glass. As for the original ritual, you are not the first researcher to make this suggestion. We are fully aware of its importance. We have dispatched investigators and members of the Field Agent Administration to investigate various regions. Here are the images they sent back.
Field... what?
The what?
Field Agent Administration. If you have not heard of the name before, most prefer to call them the History Guards, given their function.
Right. That team of cannon fodder. The thought of people being thrown around like garbage makes me feel lucky that I'm just a piece of glass.
Patient people lift their heads, examining the screen. Their attention is completely deferred.
Looks like face-to-face conversation does solve problems. Finally, we're getting somewhere. Aside from the insane colleagues running amok. Let me guess. The blue dots are good news, huh?
Correct. They represent the safe areas immune to the storm.
North America.
North America.
Should have gone there for a walk in the park. I don't deserve to suffer in this stupid gray prison.
I have to say, Researcher Medicine Pocket, even though I approved your request for a sports field, which you claimed was a humanitarian need, I think it is more of a canine need.
I suggest you install an indicator on your humor module so we know when to laugh. See? Like this blinking red dot. Is that Vienna?
Yes.
All right. Not privy to the information, huh? I know of your tricks. One day I will find the logical fallacies in your words, I swear. And this here... yellow. Better than the worst, worse than the best. That's the agency. What's all the fuss about? Don't tell me there's a 500-meter-long blue crab.
No sightings of large marine organisms other than the Gorgon. This is where Timekeeper and her team are right now. By the way, it seems you can distinguish between colors precisely. So the canine elements in you are more of a personal choice than an innate trait.
I see your efforts on improving your sense of humor, I do, but that's enough now. Turn off the module, okay? Who the heck put these complaints in the box? I'm gonna kick their teeth out.
Back to business. Timekeeper and her team are in a bit of a situation. The details are classified, and I am not privy to them either.
Huh. Classified. I know what's going on. In this place, classified means they're in big trouble.
Kalau dia bisa body shaming, dia body shaming orang di depannya. Oh wow. There's animation.
Did not tell us about these things. Get away from me, you arcane fiends!
Arcane
Marcus?
creatures.
Marcus.
Marcus. Huh? What? The name is Marcus, but
I'm sorry, Madam
is
Hoffman.
she?
I was reading the newspaper.
I know I told you to practice your arcane skills more, but you don't have to do it all the time. I just told you the oath to secrecy for this mission. Level 2 Investigator Marcus, repeat it to me.
Oh, yang kemarin itu ya?
Remember the field mission manual? Never disclose any information about the storm or the era to irrelevant people. Never build unnecessary connections with the current era. Never disclose any real information about the headquarters
This
to
Marcus
members of the
and
branch.
Hoffman.
Never discuss confidential matters in unrelated settings.
Semoga kita bisa lawan ya
Never
bos di
contact or interfere
di apa
with the
chapter 6.
insignificant. Stay out of their lives, silently observe and respect their lives. And why is the stupid train never
Di
on
sini
time?
MC-nya Marcus. Oh,
Did I really say that?
yes, kita.
Yes, in a low voice after the last random stop.
You have a talent for multitasking, I'll give you that. But the point is, as a rookie investigator, your focus should really be on the mission.
Yes, Madam Hoffman, I'm so sorry.
Laplace has analyzed the information from the field agent squad and suggested several critical points on where the storm may arrive. One of them is
one
Vienna.
of them Vienna.
The history guards have reported sightings of menace leaders there. Considering they will probably do the same things they did in 1929, you know, escalate the international conflicts to accelerate the reverse, this mission is probably quite risky.
It's okay, Madam Hoffman. I am fully prepared. I've been waiting for my first field mission since I joined the Foundation. Thank you for approving my application, or I'd still be talking to rusty filing cabinets and diamond patterns on a wall.
No need to thank me, Investigator Marcus. Your application has been approved by headquarters, as your arcane skills will prove very useful on this mission.
Oh,
This time we will track
apa
down Menace
skillnya?
Vindicte in Vienna and gather intelligence on their rituals. The intelligence should help with the storm immunity research, making it the top priority of all other missions. That's why I said your arcane skill reading will be useful on this mission.
ah, arcane skill reading.
Yes, understood.
The young student strike a mentor catch her immersion replies unsmilingly.
I know how lucky you must feel for returning to your era after being isolated from the outside world for so long. I will take you to Romania and visit the orphanage where you used to live, if we still have time for that after the mission.
I'll do my best, Madam Hoffman. Whatever you need, as long as my arcane skill can do it. By the way, how's the timekeeper doing on Agent Island?
Marcus, have you already forgotten what I just told you? This is a confidential matter.
It's confidential matter.
It's in the news. Unknown island appears on the agency. Forces attacked by arcane creatures. Ownership over island causing conflicts between Bulgaria, Serbia, and Greece.
Austro-Hungarian Empire and Russian Empire to establish a negotiating committee.
Madam Hoffman, the increased turmoil could cause the storm to arrive earlier, right?
That is not our problem. The headquarters will send someone to intervene since it is caused by the Arcanum. Now, just focus on our destination, Vienna.
Jadi
Hand
ini
it out. Grab your
pasukan
luggage.
lainnya. Kita ke Vienna. Oh, to be continue. Bentar guys.
Kids in early childhood
Aku
are
lupa tadi.
hyperactive at
Wilderness
life.
kita udah bisa apa namanya? Bisa level up. Paleo. Kurang. Nanti aja berarti. Task. Remote. It's the battle. Ring road. Oh.
Here it is, the national treasure of Austria.
Oh, Vienna di Austria.
The
Aku
creamy
kira di
chocolate cake, the buttery
Italy.
ganache, and the delicious apricot jam. Created by the ingenious apprentice Franz Sacker in 1832, renowned throughout the world, the dessert of Vienna, Sackertot. My first time seeing a real one.
Here we go. King Recoleta carry the team. At cave entrance.
How should I cut it?
Marcus.
If I
Bajunya
cut
bagus,
straight,
guys.
the cake will get
Gila.
mushy. If I
The
cut
art is very
sideways,
good.
I'll miss out on the apricot filling. What if I eat it in one bite? No, how unrefined. The director would scold me for that. I have to think carefully. There must be some other way. Remember all your training, Investigator Marcus. This is the most important moment of your life. Don't get too excited or you'll ruin it. Oh no.
But
What?
No, nothing. Thank you for deciding for me.
The cake Riley is a natural treasure, soft and layered with a packed apricot jam. Dia nangis dong.
what's with the tears, Marcus?
Hoffman bagus juga.
Because the cake is way too sweet.
Yes, how cute. We got to protect this girl.
According to the plan, the head of the Vienna branch would pick us up and guide us through the necessary procedures of this era. But our train was 2 hours late. That being the case, our Mr. Carl should have been waiting for 2 hours, but so far there is no sign of any gentleman in the Foundation's uniform.
So Mr. Carl is also more than 2 hours late.
A clever deduction. Let us hope otherwise. I'll go check if he got here before us.
I bet that island is a secret base of the Dual Entente. That's why the Bulgarians are so anxious. They're worried about their exit on the Aegean Sea. A friend of mine is in the Navy. He saw a ship leaving the harbor loaded with gold. War is coming, friend.
War is coming, friend.
No. How does that explain the arcane creatures over there? I'd say it's never been discovered before, like the Celtic Otherworld. You know, the heavenly land beyond the sea in Bran's legend. The Arcanum has declined after the Enlightenment. It is an honor for all of us in this era to find such a paradise from the past. You're not fit to be human if you don't understand what that island means to us, my friend.
Secret base. Other world. Fascinating. I need to write this down.
They decide to cut the length and breadth of this cotton force in quite conspicuously until she finds it can become object of spectacle herself.
Miss, could you show me your papers, please?
Ah, right. I'm sorry. My friend has it. Could you hold on a minute? I am an arcanist sent from the headquarters of the St. Pavlov Foundation. I have a letter of introduction from the head of the Vienna branch.
Arcanist?
Arcanist?
Then you come with us, miss. Hands up and be quiet.
Oh, ditangkap dong.
Bring over the golems! We have an unregistered arcanist.
Huh?
Hoffman's attention is drawn to commotion unfolding outside the window.
Marcus?
Rasisnya,
Sir, please listen to me.
A single misstep caused a mistaken interpretation, the signs of deviance. Enough to compel disloyal city guardians to fulfill their duty.
Don't let her get away!
Oh. Yeah. Akhirnya guys. Auto battle.
Let's shoot the salute.
Wait. Aku belum ganti guys. Aku lupa ganti. Aku lupa ganti Tooth Fairy.
I have to do this. Let's plan A.
Cosmología, filosofía clásica, el fundamento del mundo.
Salute.
Andy. En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más. Why does one wave turn against the other when both are one with the river?
Oh, lumayan dapat item yo. Oh, udah tengah-tengah stage, musuhnya keras banget dan bisa ngedodge.
What is happening?
What's happening?
At ease, gents. Allow me to explain. This respectable lady is most definitely not a Russian spy.
Not a Russian spy. A portly gentleman with handlebar mustache hurries over, his forehead glistening with sweat.
Ah, Miss Hoffman! So, this lady with the big case is your assistant? No spy would be stupid enough to carry an entire case of papers in public. So will be all gentlemen.
The guards over their salute before ushering the golems back to their post. Hoffman's face in the picture of awkwardness, one that could mark a new entry for this exact situation in the next field mission manual.
The gentlemen in Vienna have become exceedingly sensitive after the infamous espionage cases of 1913. And their pride was almost destroyed by the Redl case. The man was even head of counterintelligence and had a sexual orientation not tolerated in his time. Well,
Sexual
I'm not
orientation
sure which
not
of the reasons
tolerated?
hurt them more. Sorry, Marcus. I should have told you that as your supervisor.
nuts but only managed a half-spoken run of affirmation.
The belief that arcanists cannot cast arcane skills without the ability to speak. So old and superstitious. Like muzzling a dog when it gets out of control. Can we dispel it now, Mr. Carl?
I have to remind you, Miss Hoffman, that theoretically we have to go through an entire approval process before I authorize the dispelling of the mute spell. But whatever, who cares? They shouldn't have treated a young lady like that, for whatever reason.
Mr. Carr is a portly and pale man. His appearance punctuated by scent of punch cards, in every way is representative of the empire's bureaucratic system. Overall, he seems a pleasant sort of man despite his position.
Relax. This was just a minor incident. You'll never find another place as tolerant as Vienna. The very same principles the Foundation strives for.
You don't say.
All registered arcanists can come and go as they please in this beautiful city. We even offer artists and musicians perks that cover every aspect of their lives, because Vienna loves art and music. Oh, speaking of registered arcanists, could you give me her arcanum license?
Arcanum license?
Arcanum license?
Yes, ladies from the headquarters. Even so, I'm more than willing to skip some unnecessary procedures for you. We still have to be careful about security, you know, especially when dealing with arcanists.
Memang rasis eh. The portly bureaucrat rubbed his hands together slightly. It is evident that he will be no easier to deal with than the golems.
I don't think the headquarters issues such a license. No one told us to apply for one.
Oh, there must be some mistake. All arcanists entering Europe must possess an arcanum license issued by the local government. Austria enacted this policy in 1756. We abolished it in 1868, but we're in the time of great tension, so... you know...
Oh,
perhaps this
mau minta
lady knows
duit
something.
kayaknya ini.
Miss Marcus?
Pungli.
You are an arcanist, even though you're sent by the headquarters, correct? Show to me then. Your arcanum license.
Hartman furrows. This then what it look like when those in power wish to exert their authority. But the more pressing crisis here, that there will be no way to produce an authentic paper from 1914 without adequate preparation.
Marcus is my assistant on this mission, Mr. Carl. She is not to answer your questions directly given her rank and status. It is me, the one in charge, that you should turn to, not my assistant.
Oh, lady from headquarters, don't get me wrong. I didn't mean to usurp your authority. It's not an issue. You didn't have to...
I have a...
Marcus hands over a slip of paper from her pocket.
Here.
Oh.
Mr. Crow bursts into a series of protracted sighs.
Is everything okay, Mr. Carl? Is it not acceptable?
Oh, yes, it's a perfectly good license. I can even smell the ink from the government office. Welcome to Vienna, Miss Arcanist from Romania. You should have shown it to me sooner. It would have saved us a lot of trouble.
The portly man smiles and he returns the permit to Marcus, who seems as though they are just stepped off a rocking boat.
I'm so sorry to have wasted your time.
Speaking of which, no offense, but you are 2 hours and 15 minutes late, Mr. Carl.
The apprentice's apology is clear, as she's taken aback by her mentor dramatic if intact.
My apologies. The Minister of Finance and I had a little too much at lunch. Well, your train was late too, wasn't it?
You were having lunch when you were supposed to be here. We agreed.
Relax, lady from the headquarters. You're just not used to this pace around here.
Korup nih, korup.
Look at this industrialization and so-called modern designs. They have turned our beloved city and our carefree life into a cold, impersonal machine. Please forgive the train staff, the sewer workers, and the plumbers. It is their right to be a little unpunctual, and enforcing this right is a symbol of our free will. In the end, you didn't wait too long, and I got to enjoy my lunch. It all worked out, right?
Hoffman remains unswayed and indignant, while behind her Marcus hangs her head. Clearly, Mr. Carl Joyce is his alone.
So, why was your train late?
It crashed into a deer. A deer with
Free will.
Tragic.
Not tragic.
All right. Forgive this old Carl for his minor mistake, ladies. So rumors about the Golden Isle had kept the branch busy. There was no one else but me to pick you up. It wouldn't have been so embarrassing if headquarters had sent us manpower instead of taking it from us.
I am also on the job, Mr. Carl. Should I include your complaints in the report?
No, that's okay. It's just a group of lunatics banished to an island. They're arcane criminals from a small country, and people will forget about them in less than a month. Only a few would believe that it has any real influence on Vienna. You know, the young artists who think highly of themselves, the schemers with evil plans, and the conspiracy theorists suffering from neurasthenia.
Neurasthenia?
The Megas and the Bohemians are already giving us a headache. Arcanists, they are not at all the Empire's top ethnic concern.
But aren't you in charge of the registration and management of arcanists?
Well, first of all, isn't my loyalty to His Majesty and the Empire? Before you use the title Head of the Vienna Branch to define me, I am first and foremost an honored citizen of Vienna, and I serve our great Emperor, lady.
And I thought you said this was a tolerant city.
Oh, yes. We are responsible for dealing with the problems caused by the Arcanists, just as we deal with the Megas and the Bohemians.
Mr. Carr swing his cane and stride forward cheerfully.
All right. That's the venerable Vienna branch of the St. Pavlov Foundation over there. Let's go.
Marcus touched her left cheek, still warm from the touch of the mute incantation.
Mr. Call is very different from the staff of the headquarters.
In fact, most of the time the branch members aren't comrades who share the same goals with us. They're more like local officials we have to deal with. We need them as a buffer between the Foundation and the local governments. They can help us maintain peace in the human world. But you can't ask too much of them. Not all of them are cosmopolitans. Most of them put their emperor and their country first. That's why we shouldn't disclose classified information to them. Does it still hurt?
Oh, it feels much better now.
Good. Marcus, did you already have that license before you joined the Foundation?
Yes. Austria abolished that policy in 1868, but Romania did not until 1913.
I carried it with me out of habit. Thank goodness I did. This is indeed the era I'm from. That time has returned.
Never disclose any information about the storm or the era to irrelevant people.
The infantry heard speech covered by Hoffman warning.
Put away your license. We need to catch up with Carl. Remember my words, Marcus. Never trust anyone, even if they're a branch member of the Foundation.
To be continued. The station building. We're going to start.
So this is the Vienna branch? It's splendid. Look at the walls, simple yet elegant. It's like a temple of modern art. I can read the contrast between different shapes and textures. This Mr. Ulrich must have put so much effort into the design. It must be a very pleasant place to work at, Mr. Call.
Oh, no. This is a secession building. Another meeting place for the young artists to show off, other than the cafes. They said they wanted to break away from traditional art. Well, it's more like they're breaking away from human life. There's nothing to like here. Only inexplicable paintings and neurasthenic lunatics. But people keep coming back. There are even secession groups to the secession. Like cells dividing through mitosis. The entrance to our venerable branch is on the left. Please follow me.
A massive golem stand at the door, towering over the approaching trio.
Notice the guard? It's the most loyal and reliable knight of Vienna, powered entirely by arcane ritual. The greatest achievement since the revival of Arcanum in Europe. In 1662, a royal magician from London offered it to the emperor at the time. Since then, it's guarded the empire for centuries.
Ah, sir.
Sir. The figure emerged from within the shadow of the golem.
Greetings, dear Sascapia. How is your son Tamino? I hear he's not getting along well with his fiancée.
He's a strange one. What's he doing standing in the corner like that?
My apologies, Miss Hoffman. Please hold on. Terrific, Heinrich! Just as terrific as your pathetic art career!
That's great! Best wishes to you, Sascapia. Oh, my apologies.
He stands in the distance, giving a nod toward Hoffman and Marcus.
Greetings to you, Angelotti. And unknown lady.
Unknown lady? The gentleman turned and moved briskly into the temple-like edifice, as peculiar in his exit as he was in his entrance.
See, he is one of those crazy artists. Everyone knows that I only have this beautiful daughter of mine. This mustacheless gentleman went to study in Berlin and has just returned. I guess he didn't learn much in class, and now he's throwing himself into opera. He must have listened to Wagner and Mozart so much it damaged his central nervous system. So that's why he sees everyone as a character in an opera. Operas and music, they do harm to your eyes and fill your ears with useless sounds.
Is every artist like this?
Every artist like this?
Scarpia, Angelotti. They are indeed characters from the opera Tosca.
Oops, I am getting off topic.
Carl Ken raps on the stone creature in front of him.
Don't worry. We've modified its original ritual to meet the needs here. Lots of people come in and out after all. You just need to knock on the armor 3 times, touch your mustache, and it will let you in.
I forgot you have no mustaches, my dear ladies. But you do have arcane skills, right?
First of all, I am not an arcanist. Second, I am not as humorous as you think.
Fine, but that was no joke. This thing only accepts mustaches. It's a symbol that every gentleman should have. And not everyone's like Heinrich.
The absurdity seems to have finally broken the senior investigator patience.
Just give me the list of arcanists we mentioned in the letter, Mr. Carl. We don't need to go into the branch.
Oh no, do you really want to miss the scenery of the Donau? And the sight of the modern transport system? There's no better way to tour the ring roads than by carriage. And we've booked a room for you at the Zaka Hotel. By the way, have you tried the treasure of Austria?
Thank you. We already had it while you were enjoying your lunch. Now, please, give us the list.
Hoffman told Ma the request as non-negotiable.
And I'm sure you've received a telegram from the headquarters. You are to investigate the people around Theophil von Dittersdorf.
Theophil von Dittersdorf?
Okay, all right. It's a pity, lady from the headquarters.
Here you are. And that's all of it. All of it.
Oh, and this.
2 tickets to the Vienna Royal Orchestra. Please give them to Mr. Richard, and when you see him, send my sincerest regards.
Hoffman stands still, mentioning distant politeness.
I will.
Who's Mr. Richard?
The contact between the Foundation and the Vienna branch in 1914. A phantom of history.
A phantom of history.
At that time, people still believed the golden age that had begun with the last generation would continue as it should, and that their positions in government would be as unshakable as the long-standing empire.
Hoffman nods, watching as Orchard tap his cane and stroke his bird before disappear into a corridor opened by the golem.
Oh, shoot, it won't let me in.
You're not joking, are you, Mr. Carl?
You're not joking.
I am not. Darn! What is going on? Is this thing broken? Oh, no, I'm stuck. Oh, my belly. Oh, I had this custom made in Paris.
The ancient knight awakened in slow stirs, taking off a heavy layer of dust as thick as a pianist's title.
What on earth is going on? Why is the defense system activated?
Comical voice emanates from within the stage. Lilting and quick, like a rubber ball bouncing around inside a hollow frame.
Marcus, can you read its internal rituals?
Considering its sluggishness, yes, I think so.
Good. It's a good chance for you to get some experience. Just stay safe.
Are you going to battle? Yeah. We are going to battle and we are going to change our team. Oh my goodness. I have a weaker teams, guys.
I have all the essentials for writing poetry. You, me, and our opponent.
To fair inside 3, yes.
Del concepto mundano del tiempo. acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más. A truly villainous moment. Nuestro adversario es el tiempo.
According to plan.
Not a fan of my work, I take it. It's a plan handy. En la acumulación de laberintos.
Absolute cinema
Suéltalo todo una
damage.
vez más.
Tapi resonansnya masih level 1. Aku level 1 atau 3 deh.
That one's smooth.
Exactly.
Oke, kita dapat banyak apa namanya? Material. We call it material.
Oh, no! Miss Hoffman, these columns represent the spirit of the Vienna branch. You shouldn't be so violent!
Adapt,
Resonance
improve, and
Recoleta
advance.
10.
Arcanum should be kept up with the times, not
Not
lock
to
itself away
vary.
in a museum and wallow in the good old days. There was
Mau-
something visibly
mau
wrong with the thing,
semuanya Cailin.
and we were rightfully doing our job. If you have any concerns about this, I'll include them
Cailin
in
so
the
greedy.
report. And I should remind you that you spent too much time on your free will. We're running out of time.
Nine! Procedures are
Nine,
not the
nine.
problem, darn it!
Semuanya.
You're not German, are
You're not German, are you? No, the one, the match was scary. Division had muters softly before proceeding inside at last.
So, what's wrong with the golem?
What's wrong with the column?
As Mr. Carl said, its structure is simple and yet incredible. The malfunction comes from one of the components. There's an extra stroke on the enchantment. These strokes look new. I guess the staff made a mistake when they did the maintenance or repair.
Let's hope so. Now take a look at this before Mr. Carl comes out. Several days ago, a member of the field agent squad found a painting that was reported in this magazine.
The
The
pan.
pan.
What? The pan?
It belonged to Theophil von Dittersdorf, a
Theophil von
deceased artist
Dittersdorf?
from Vienna who committed suicide. Its
Oh,
name,
it's all
is the
the
salvation.
brother, right?
and it was found along with a poem. The poem mentions the doomsday, the reversal of time,
and the rain.
and the rain.
It's all the brother, right?
Salvation and rain. It sounds so.
Yes,
And given
and given the sightings of Manus leaders in Vienna, we believe Theophil came into contact with Manus leaders before he died, and probably learned the truth of the storm and the method of salvation.
All the brother.
This was how Manus Vindicte recruited arcanists in 1929.
You knew
If
the
he
method
knew
of
the method of
salvation.
Why did he still kill himself?
Yeah, why did he come? Marcus take the magazine with ready curiosity, looking at the small clip section.
Auf der Suche nach Silenus im Walde fragte ich ihn.
Ah.
Was ist das Beste und Wunderbarste für den Mensch?
Is that a German?
Die Rede,
Wo der Mensch nie geboren wurde, sagte er. Ich betrachtete ihn, den Ring des Lebens, den
Ah, ja,
Ring
ja.
aller Leben.
I think it's a German.
Deine Hände formen den Ring und das Urteil wird ausgesprochen. Am jüngsten Tag, in der Dämmerung, wenn die Geschichte verblasst.
Is it German?
O Welt, sein Kopf
Dutch.
beißt sich in seine Füße. Seine Knie berühren seine Nase.
All the design.
O
Oh,
Mensch, sie bewohnen die Erde und warten darauf, dass der Himmel fällt.
what
Gestern
language
wird
is
zum Morgen.
all the talking about?
Morgen verwandelt sich wieder in gestern. Wer wird im Regen verschwinden?
Is it
Wem
German?
wird das ewige Glück gewährt? Die Gnade von oben.
Then my German is very
Und
not
diese
good.
Lehre des Aufhörens
Germany
der
or
Existenz.
Italy?
That was so moving, Miss Siegland. Poor Sigmund, my best friend, has returned to the void. Thank you all for coming today to shed tears for our departed hero. He was a righteous and noble man who cared for his people. He was still trying to save the Arcanists on the Golden Isle before he died. He left us so many beautiful poems and paintings. Shame that the fire burnt everything to ashes. The only thing that survived was the salvation. We were in a golden age of progressive ideas. We believed the Enlightenment would make ignorance history and lead us to paradise where everyone would be saved. The barrier between Arcanists and humans would be removed. In Vienna, that tolerant city, we would stand together hand in hand, back to back, reliving the intimacy we once shared when we first came into this world. Oh, world. Its head bites its feet. Its knees touch its nose. But the reality is, the survival space of Arcanists is shrinking. We tried to speak up in our own language, but that only makes us strangers in our own land. That's why we have decided to exhibit Sigmund's last work. Not only in memory of the deceased, but in memory of his noble
Sigmund,
spirit.
I think it's Germany.
His sincere concern for his people, and his scrutiny
if
of this
they have
tragic
fun,
world.
they're actually Dutch people. Like fun.
There is no need to be sad, my friends. He has left us with the Rheingold. We will found a committee with the funds raised by the exhibition to improve the conditions of unregistered Arcanists.
The youngest and the most outstanding opera singer in Vienna, Theophel's sister, Isolde von Dittersdorf, will present the
Yeah,
details.
Isolde von Dittersdorf is like a Dutch people. At my applause, Henry bows handing off the stage to protagonists. Isolde. You take a graceful step forward. Oh, so she's going to sing?
Now I see
No, I see.
why we were ordered to investigate Theophel's connections. There may be spies from Manus Vindictae among them.
Ah. Amanda nods in approval, handing over a stack of documents.
I know the Vienna branch has a lot of bureaucratic problems, but we need the help to carry out the mission in this era. The search warrant, the letter of introduction, the evidence collection permit. They've provided us with all the official documents we need in this era, as well as a list of all the Arcanists in Vienna in 1914. But we're not going to cooperate with them any further, because of the requirements to confidentiality. We'll only need manpower from them in the following operations.
Marcus replies by opening the register of Arcanists, desperate to prove he hasn't gotten distracted this time.
In case you spend a whole day on the A section, Marcus, we're looking for Theophil. Starts with a T.
How did you know I was starting from line A?
The apprentice dropped her shoulders, sinking back into the book. With the help of her arcane skill, she easily finds the information that Hoffman seeks.
It says Theophil belonged to a group of artists called the Circle.
The Circle?
They often gathered in the Secession building. Madam Hoffman, I think we can make contact with them one by one.
Oh, what is happening?
What's happening?
I sense strong arcane fluctuations over there.
Her eye center on the door of a Secession building.
I think it's a ghost?
Ghost? Oh, to be continued. Awesome. The bad seance.
Isolde? Isolde!
Isolde? Isolde?
My God, she passed out again.
People gather around in a low circle, wringing their hands, offering a little help. And there, little by little, they can decide. Spectacle of their compassion.
She must have smelling salts on her. Find them.
Smelling salts?
What is going on?
Kakania again.
Make way! Make way! Let me see.
Why is it Kakania is everywhere?
Kakania! People, make way for the doctor.
Isolde, can you hear me? Oh no, it's a seizure. She's going to bite herself. Get a stick! Heinrich, do you have any props she can bite?
Doctor, help! Please help me! They are here! The paintings, they are here!
She can't wait. Isolde, open your mouth.
Doctor, your hand is bleeding from the bite.
It's okay. What happened just now? She was fine when I left 10 minutes ago.
I don't know. We finished reciting Sigmund's poem and...
Sigmund? Oh, you mean Theophil? I see what's going on here. You've aroused her trauma.
You aroused her trauma.
You shouldn't have invited her to her brother's exhibition, Heinrich. And you even read his death notice in public. You should have known it would upset her. He was the only family she had left.
I did not. I thought she had completely recovered.
What?
She should have recovered from the electroshock therapy.
What kind of nonsense is that? Dr. Schwartz is a liar without a conscience. He takes pleasure in the pain of his patients. I know how he managed to fool the medical association. Those rich morons don't care about the patients at all. Soon as you mention fancy words like advanced or science, they'll throw their wallets at you as if they'll be left behind by the times. They're all blinded by the shining glamour of progressivism. And they even scoff at psychoanalysis, the real meaningful discovery of the era.
The person screams silence her arguments. The screaming woman, drenched and sweat, sister friend, painting turned into bonsai image cutting up in her skull. Almost certainly the syrup in her brain will diffuse like milk poured into a cup of tea. How adorable and almost delightful thought, but you like the oil paint on this canvas or like a teacup? Like a mid triangle? Like a square?
Nein! Theophil! Geh weg von mir!
The electric light go out and series of candles ignite simultaneously.
Schau dir den Ring an, Theophil. Ist so wunderschön.
Merinding sendiri jam 3. In the candlelight, Isolde's face is deadly pale.
Nein, das war meine Schuld.
Double personality?
Ja, ich werde es besser machen. Ich kann es schaffen. Ich kann immer noch singen.
Isolde?
Woman pulls Kakania down her collar.
Bitte, schau mich an, Doktor. Hilf mir. Bitte, hilf mir.
I will, Isolde. Now let go of me first.
Oh no. It's a seance. But Miss Tosk only does it before a performance.
Of course it turned out this way. She's lost control. She summoned evil spirits this time, not the good ones.
Nein! Geh weg!
9. Oh, is the German. I can't remember. Her grip follows Isolde's instant gaze.
She's afraid of the paintings. Oh, poor girl. It's her brother's paintings.
What is that?
Miss Kakanya, watch out!
Heinrich, give me a hand. Draw the ghosts away by whatever means.
Ghost? We'll fight the ghost.
Dental checker. These souls are no longer bound to their bodies. They're a nuisance to deal with.
Hey, over there! Leave the doctor alone!
I bought this bullet with my savings. Who took
Fighting ghost here.
Enough of your ugly fuss.
How much property do you own?
Go away! It's not working! You'll have to try harder, Mr. Heinrich. Leave her be, gentlemen.
No avanzó más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo.
Auto.
En la acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más.
She took half my body.
Aksennya nular.
No, Father will scold me.
Idealismo. Vuelos de fantasía. Do I have to do this?
Do I have to do this? Kita debuff.
En todos los momentos. ¿Verdad? Plan A. Cosmología, filosofía clásica.
Doje.
El fundamento del mundo.
They have Doje.
Más allá en todos los momentos. Idealismo. Vuelos de fantasía. Nuestro adversario es el tiempo.
Oh, mereka ada dodge sekali ya gitu.
Back with the stink of a monkey. How dare you?
How dare you?
Heinrich, I'll take care of Isolde. Take this.
Oh, catching a ghost with my hands. Yeah, it's so soft and sticky.
Give it back, you thief!
That went smooth.
Exactly.
Is that actually a ghost? Alright.
Sie sind jetzt sicher, Isolde. Spüren Sie nun den Druck meiner Hände. Der Druck wird Sie an einige Dinge erinnern. Sie werden langsam und stetig in Ihren Kopf gelangen und Ihnen nicht schaden. Gut, das ist es. Wenn ich den Druck loslasse, öffnen Sie langsam Ihre Augen. Diese Dinge werden sanft zu Boden fallen, wie Federn. Jetzt fangen Sie sie vorsichtig auf. Jetzt sagen Sie mir, was haben Sie gesehen? Was ist passiert?
Dr. Schwartz told me that humans are rational and we should be able to control ourselves completely. But I failed. The Dittersdorfs can't afford another lunatic like me. I will be abandoned by the audience, by everyone.
No, you are not them, Isolde. As long as you receive proper treatment in the hospital.
Please don't, please. I'm cured. The shock therapy worked well, very well.
Isolde.
No, I mustn't act like Mother or Teofil. The Dittersdorfs can't bear. The opera can't bear.
The murmuring, her breathing gradually evens out.
Heinrich, please take Miss Dittersdorf to get some rest.
I will.
End stream jam berapa bang? 2 chapter lagi deh. 2 stage lagi deh.
What about you, Doctor? Where are you going?
Where are you going?
I'm going to get that Schwarz.
I don't know. A green figure swiftly disappeared beneath the doorway. But before the door can close, a hand halted its motion.
Kakanya? Huh? You are from the Foundation. And Angelotti and the unknown lady?
To be continued. His shoulder accent is so very addictive. Bentar, dia aksennya apa yo? As Prime Minister. Yeah, let's go. The Prime Minister. Aksen orang bule. Outside the Temple of Art, the mental impact final steps.
Remember, Marcus, the working staff of the Foundation branch will take care of the dispute in their fashion. We just need to follow him in. The members of the circle are top priority.
But before
any of them can be convicted, as said before, all we have to do is silently observe and respect their lives.
Understood.
Saya belum tidur aja nih. Kenapa nih belum tidur nih? Overthinking ya.
I almost bumped into her. That lady in green seemed to be in a
the
bad mood.
accent ganteng banget.
Shall I ask the gentleman from the branch who she is? Oh, he seems busy at the moment. But that gentleman is a person of this era. If I interrupt him, am I also interrupting his original course of action?
Marcus sinks back into her mire of indecision. Oh? Hoffman gently pats Marcus' shoulder, drawing back her focus. Fortunately, the Vienna branch officer does not notice this minor episode. His attention is captured by a ruffle of uninvited attention. Lagi grinding di. My Yenishe isn't going to grow by herself.
My, Mr. Rigoletto. Your hair has grown so fast. To what do we owe this pleasure? Are you also here for the
6 hour in game going strong. Oh.
Can you just be normal for once, Heinrich? And stop calling me by those opera names. Someone reported an arcane disturbance here. I see candles. Are you holding a seance? I must remind you that arcane rituals are not allowed unless you have a separate permit.
Excuse me? That's not fair. The first permit already costed us a...
Please calm yourself, sir. Be mindful of what you implied. The Viennese government has ensured you the greatest possible freedom through working with us. Who do you think cleaned up after you people, after those fires, passionate murders, and deadly stampedes? We can't bear the consequences of your moments of epiphany forever. Not to mention the seance is one of the most dangerous acts. We've had 2 colleagues injured, still being treated for mental illness in the Vienna General Hospital. You will find no other place as tolerant and open-minded as this one. In return, you should do your part and cooperate with the government.
Seance? What seance? Nothing of the sort, Mr. Rigoletto. This is just a rehearsal of the play. The candles, the settings, and of course, these paintings once bathed in fire. Yes, this is an art exhibit, a youth rally, or as we prefer to call it, a visualization of the future.
I demand a rational conversation. Now, I must question the sanity of this gathering. Is there no one here who is of sound mind? If not, I'll have to...
I'm terribly sorry.
I'm terribly
Mr.
sorry.
Strauss, sorry to keep you waiting.
To keep you waiting. Dia kayak aksen yang Matilda.
Bless you, madam. I did not expect to see you here.
Oh, sorry that we troubled you. I'm here for my late brother's exhibition and for rehearsal for the coming performance. We got a little carried away. Made you come all the way here to check on us.
Please, madam, as your friend, I do not wish to cause you discomfort. In fact, Mr. Carl and I were talking about you over brunch earlier. He was truly impressed by your talent at the opera.
Mr. Carl is too kind. Since my mother passed away, he has been such a caring friend to the family.
Well then, this was all just a misunderstanding. But, madam, please understand that I still have procedures to go through. Would you mind if I investigated a little?
The man leans in, his voice is whisper.
By investigate, you know, just a quick look around the building.
We are grateful to have a responsible employee like you, Mr. Strauss. Please, help yourself.
At the other end of the hall, the investigator from headquarters uphold their duties with familiar diligence and effort. Hoffman impressively shakes her coat as fine threads like a pewter silk disperse into the air attached to tiny, floating particles.
Wow! The spider tail and the detection spores. These are Laplace's auxiliary devices for perceiving arcane power. I've never seen one before. Only investigators of level 4 or higher are allowed to use them.
Noticing the excited glance toward her, Hoffman leans in to whisper to young investigator.
Marcus, come. Give me a hand.
On it. These burnt pictures. They're the work of Theophil von Dittesdorf. They're the perfect subjects for reading.
The lamp gripped little tighter, she left her hat. As she begins reading, the world around her becomes a matter of effortless ease to view.
Only a third of the picture can be read, but I can see it clearly. An ingenious composition that balances the different elements of the picture. Sadly, the creator focused too much on the form and overlooked the content. The frame is made of... not important. Next page. This one is luckier. Half of it survived the fire, so we can see the lower half of the lady in the picture. But, Theophil certainly had a way with women. She was not his first prey.
She was not his first prey.
And this one, only a frame remains. The rest of his works are too damaged, but I do remember an intact one somewhere. But aside from this, I don't see anything else. Next page.
It turns, colliding with a pair of light-colored eyes. Despite the distance, it feels as though his shoulder is gazing back at her.
People can be read too. That person, Mrs. Old.
A deep breath, the patch unfold before her eyes once again.
Unlike other ladies pursuing the latest fashions in Paris, she still wears the corset, with only some Art Nouveau jewelry by her waist. She's as delicate as a butterfly.
She is delicate as a butterfly.
She is a renowned medium. The Dittestaff family is well known for their mediumship. Nowadays, they use that power mostly for art. That is, they summon a spirit to possess their body so they can sing, write, and paint like no other.
Oh.
They also suffered for this power.
Racked by neurosis and hysteria.
The family has had very few members despite its long history. Wait a minute. The picture behind her is still intact, and it is enormous. Is that the Salvation? Strange. This painting is...
You have a keen eye for art, miss.
Voice lips up behind her, bursting from behind the warm smile of the freckle-faced man.
This painting is the work of my dearest friend, Sigmund. The Salvation. The only piece he left behind that survived the consuming flames. These enchanting, magical circles, one next to another. Oh, I was only reciting Miss Kakania. We're both passionate about the subject. How regrettable. She would have given you a much better explanation if she were here. Her words can easily stir one's soul.
Did you say Kakania? You have a friend called Kakania?
Oh, yes. Every artist has their own nickname. I also have the honor of knowing the Orange Knight, Victor of the Rhyme, Offerstrudel. Are you a friend of Kakania? Too bad she just left. She should be meeting with Dr. Schwartz by now.
Marcus looks up. Her mentor casts her eyes to the same spot and shakes her head gently.
No, the name sounded a little strange to me, that's all. But I appreciate the explanation, sir.
In the air, the dispersed spores stir bang bang crash. Dust from explosion pervades the air, shaking deep into nostril and open mouths.
What happened?
What happened? What? Is a ghost?
Are these ghosts? Didn't you say there wasn't a seance? Mrs. Dietersdorf, I would very much like an explanation.
Oh, they're still chasing me!
The detection spores have taken effect and enveloped the ghosts. Marcus, can you still read?
I think so.
Good. I'll draw its attention. You take care of the arcanum part.
Right. Let's go, man.
I have all the essentials for writing poetry. You, me, and our opponent. En todo, ¿verdad? Más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo. En la acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más. Nuestro aliado es la verdad. Things. A truly villainous moment. Más allá en la acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más.
Oh,
Do I have
dodge.
to do this?
Is that the dodge?
Not a fan of my work, I take it? No, in so handy. Come back to me. Nuestro adversario es el tiempo, an unconventional choice. They are much naughtier than the Foundation's kids.
You're right.
Miss Dietersdorf, you told me this was just an opera rehearsal. Now look at this mess. And more importantly, my two assistants are still here. I must ask you for a good reason to report to my superior.
The pale girl remains silent, bowing her head.
Oh, Isolde, my dear lovely gal.
An all too familiar mustachioed face arrived without invitation. Half step at steady transversal as he approached take Isolde's hands.
Mr. Karl.
Director? Look at you, so pale. The play is sapping your strength. Come, child, come to me. I told Schwartz to take good care of you. Well, I guess he can't be in two places at once. The frequent presentations must have been too much for a doctor such as he. I've learned that you've recovered from hysteria, which is good, but promise me that you'll look after yourself, will you? Your late mother suffered a tragic end, and it would be unbearable for the Empire to lose another star.
You flatter me.
You flatter
Joseph?
me?
Yes, Director.
Yes, Director.
Don't be so hard on them. Those wonderful stage effects. Heinrich is an expert at this, yes? What better demonstrates our free wills than respecting the artists in their work? None of us would mind an episode of excitement every once in a while.
Carl met Hoffman's eyes in another overly affable attempt at a good nature.
Even the gentlemen from the headquarters would agree with me, don't you think? Yes, you're right. We are short on manpower, and the assistants should focus on more important matters.
We should leave. We should leave. To be continued. Let's move forward, everyone. Let's move forward. This place. A fair duel. Duel? Duel?
Good day. I would like to check the date of a novel. Yes, it is Der Mann ohne Eigenschaften by Robert Musil. Oh, I see.
I see.
What did they say?
Just as I remembered it. The novel was completed in 1930. The word Kakania was also created by Robert Musil.
Oh, Kakania.
Kakania should not be a nickname for anyone in 1914.
It doesn't belong to this era.
It doesn't belong to this era.
She could be with Manus Vindictae, or at least associated with their people.
What's more, when we were at the Secession building, I read that painting, The Salvation. It seemed out of place compared to the other paintings. Théophile may have applied a new technique on The Salvation, a more daring kind, audacious even. But these are only subtleties, I can't be too certain. I was interrupted by that strangely speaking gentleman, so I didn't get everything. Another thing, its content reminds me of the symbol of the circle. This twisting circle resembles the circles in The Salvation. Heinrich called them magical circles, one next to another. They must be more than just circles, I think. Was he demonstrating the madness of passion? But the lines are clean. Perhaps the purity of eternity? No, the circles are too twisted for that. Or was he just representing a primitive state of being?
I don't understand any of it. So this must be art.
Ma'am, you're funny sometimes.
I wasn't joking.
I wasn't joking. Masih lama streamnya bang. Nggak tahu.
We can't be sure if this group of
Dikit
young
lagi deh, mungkin aku.
arcanists and the Manis are connected. But
Tapi
we all know that
welcome,
the
Mac
latter is eager to win
Dylan.
over
Apa
the cynical
kabar?
revolutionary youth.
Welcome.
You did well, Marcus.
How is you doing?
The important figures of the circle, Isolde, Heinrich, and even the late
Hong
Theophil,
Soho Mimi
we
apa?
had made contact with them all.
Hong Soho Mimi itu
Only
apa?
this Kakanya.
What's the intel
What does the
say
intel
about
say
her?
about her?
Kakanya, also known as Miss Clara, inherited her arcane skills from her family. She's able to reflect people's thoughts in a mirror. She was once a medical student, but dropped out halfway through. These days, she shows up at various social events as a psychiatrist, which the Foundation tries to prohibit because she doesn't have a license. And she is also an activist.
An activist.
An activist?
According to Mr. Heinrich, she is meeting with a doctor named Schwartz today.
Schwartz, the family Dr. Carl mentioned. Let's try our luck there.
Pasti nggak tuh entire night just to finish chapter 6. Nggak tahu ya. Masih belum ngantuk. Betul. Nanti lihat.
Miss Clara, Mr. Schwartz.
Clara, Mr. Schwartz.
Only 3 weapons are allowed in the duel. The army knife, the sword, and the pistol.
And the pistol.
I believe the choice to Dr. Schwartz, for he has more experience in these duels than I do. It's an honor to fight you, and I look forward to ending your winning streak.
So kakaknya bukan dari era ini.
Excuse me, please.
Hoffman extends her hands, mercilessly cleaving a path through the crowd.
Pardon me, what is happening?
A duel, ma'am.
A duel?
Just as Dr. Schwartz was demonstrating his therapy.
Is this
Miss Clara
trial by
barged right
combat?
in. They were arguing, and this is how they decided to end it. To ensure fairness of the duel, the combat must happen within 48 hours of the challenge. But I've never seen one take place on the spot.
Well, I hope they know what they're doing. I don't want to get caught as collateral damage.
That green dress.
So she is Kakanya.
So she is Kakanya. What do we do? If she gets injured, our mission will...
Don't worry about people in that time. It is their life to live. Never intervene if you don't know the exact consequences of your actions.
Yeah.
The course of history is more important than our investigation. This is Investigator Greta Hoffman. What? Hold on. I'll be right back.
I'll be right back. Double stream Twitch bang? Yes, betul.
The field agent squad needs to speak to me. This won't take long.
This won't take long.
I will leave this to you. Remember what I said, Marcus.
Remember what I said, Marcus?
Yes, madam.
Hoffman turned towards the barricade wooden doormat of mahogany. Before her figure disappeared amongst the crowd, only her still unfledged assistant
Moving
remained.
this to me. To me. To me.
Marcus recited to herself as a mantra, attempting to slow her rising.
Breathe, Marcus. There's nothing to be nervous about. You can't be an assistant forever. There will come a day when you're all on your own. Just like at the secession building, I only have to watch her. If I end up talking to Miss Kakanya, I'll just pretend to be an ordinary employee of the Foundation. Easy. You used to do well on your own when you were reading in the lighthouse and the forest. Dr. Schwartz. 3 times he has been involved in duels, and 3 times he has won. Impressive. This time he's still going for the pistol. But Miss Kakanya does not have an assistant, and she has only 1 witness in this duel. This is not right. Why did she agree to this? She's being reckless. Even an arcanist should have at least one assistant in a duel.
Oh.
Dr. Schwartz's assistant brought them a pair of pistols. FN Model 1910. Is that a right weapon for a duel? It's too crowded here. I can't see.
Marcus pendek ya berarti. Oh.
No, the pistol given to Miss Kakanya. Something's wrong with it.
Disabotase.
Her life is in danger if the duel begins. But Madam Hoffman warned me about the consequences of intervention. What if I just go and talk to her as an employee of the Foundation branch, like I did at the Secession building? So far, Heinrich has been difficult to communicate with, while Mr. Carl doesn't want us to get in touch with Miss Isolde. Miss Kakanya is the only person who is both a friend of Theophil and associated with the Circle, but I have to be careful with this name. If she is indeed one of the Manus Vindictae, I will be jeopardizing this mission by going near her. But wait, she doesn't know that I'm from the headquarters, so she probably will talk to me. But how do I know she doesn't know my identity? What if Mr. Call is not to be trusted? And what if Mr. Call and she are in this together? Their names both start with a K. What am I thinking?
Marcus patting her cheek with an unaware gusto, drawing side glance from the other present.
Stop. I'm not on the Flannan Isles anymore. I can't waste my day on endless thoughts. Remember what Madam Hoffman said.
Just overthink too much.
Of the immediate mission. I have to prevent
Please
Kakanya
remind
from
me
getting killed
of
in a duel.
Deku.
She has the clues about Theophil that I need. Never intervene if you don't know the exact consequences of your actions.
A long deep breath.
I have assessed the risks, madam. I will not stand by and watch this happen, even if I don't know the
Plus
consequences.
ultra. Yes.
I need to make this clear to you. Not only have you hindered Miss Dietersdorf from getting the treatment she needs, but you have repeatedly defamed me.
I can only admit that you're right if you have to call a different academic perspective slander.
A different academic perspective?
Different
Do you
academic
really think
perspective.
Freud and his petty tricks are academic? One could hardly find a worse insult to science than this.
Is that so? Do you really mean that? Rumor has it that you taught the military the method of hypnosis for a price. Do you wish to clear things up here? Your silence is a resounding yes.
Tell me why.
Tell me, why
Tell
did you
me
please
why.
the ministers with these petty tricks, but not with your most advanced electrotherapy you've been touting? Do you harbor negative feelings towards Mr. Freud because of his open rejection of hypnosis?
What does any of this have to do with you?
Oh, many things, Mr. Schwartz. Your behavior has greatly undermined the interests of
Ampun,
arcanists.
Clara
who are your
cakep
own
banget. Oh iya, nama aslinya
Not to
Clara
mention
kan?
that hypnosis is a
Kenapa jadi
violation of a
kakaknya?
patient's free will. And I have reason to believe that this duel is entirely personal. I must make it clear that your wife's appointment with me has nothing to do with the rumors of your lackluster performance in the bedroom.
Lackluster performance in
I'm
the
not the real
bedroom.
enemy, Mr. Schwartz. The gossip mongers and tabloid writers are.
Tablet writers are.
You.
Are both duelists ready?
But duelist ready.
Perfectly ready.
Perfectly ready.
I'm ready to.
No, she's not.
Huh?
Miss Kakanya needs another minute.
Marcus. The collective gaze caused her voice to tremble slightly.
The crowd. Shoot me. I want to go home. Why did you apply for this mission, Marcus?
cara Mr. Schwartz gimana ya bang? Gak tahu. I think Mr. Schwartz.
I am Miss Kanya's assistant. I am here to...
like Schwarzenegger?
Sorry to interrupt, miss, but the last time I checked, I couldn't possibly afford a St. Pavlov Foundation member to be my aide.
Ah, darn it. I forgot about my badge.
Okay, her pistol trailing around her finger.
The Foundation is trying to intervene. Don't worry, Miss Foundation staff. Look around. We're doing it the human way. No arcane skills involved. The head of the Foundation branch should not be your role model. Mind you, you're giving up a part of your integrity for taking his clones. A terrible deal indeed. Besides, they're using human guns. They don't need the Foundation's license to use these. I'm not doing anything against the Foundation's rules, am I? If it's urgent, can we wait until after the duel? Please stand back. The bullets can't tell the difference between friend and enemy.
Margaret is again interrupted by the rapid-fire speech of the other party.
Please don't use that gun. The bullets in it are dangerous.
What?
The bullets are wrong. The gun will burst if you pull the trigger. Sir, I demand that the gun be checked.
Kakana gripped the half-turned gun tightly before deftly removing the magazine.
The size of these bullets.
A cold bit sweat dripped down her spine.
I need an explanation, Mr. Schwartz. I thought you had at least the integrity of a gentleman. The bullets in my gun are wrong. If I pull the trigger, as Miss Foundation here said, the barrel will burst.
A bursted barrel? I remember now. That Anton boy lost the duel to Schwartz for the same reason. Did Schwartz do something to his gun too? And was the guard in on it too?
Huh? This is defamation. I have never...
Please, who is dueling here?
Who's the dueling here?
The guards are here.
Step on my dress!
Step on my dress.
Not good. Madame Hoffman has not come back yet. Madame Hoffman!
The young assistant is engulfed with the chaotic crowd.
The helpful Miss Foundation employee. Miss Kakanya?
Oh no. The green-clad pistoler extends her hand.
Don't stand there! Come here!
Kakanya grabs the side assistant's hand, pulling her into first embrace. Kakanya lifts a lightning herself into the window frame with the likeness of a bird.
Okay, this is a quiet road. We're going to jump, Miss Foundation. 3, 2, 1, here we go!
They are jump. To be continue. Should we continue? Kalian masih pada nonton? Are you still here, everyone?
Nothing unexpected. For now.
Move! Seal off that exit! Don't let them get away!
I'm still standing. Continue? Okay.
Got to sneak away.
Don't worry,
Don't
Mrs.
worry, Miss
Foundation.
I won't leave you behind. I'll help you as you helped me.
That's not...
Kanya, this way!
Ilich, I thought you were out selling wares on... Is that...
You sure you can afford that, Kanya?
Let's go.
Don't take it off. You'll be... It smells, but bear with it. Now, lead us if you want your pay, Ilich.
Got it. Follow me.
No worries. En la acumulación de laberintos, suéltalo todo una vez más.
Oh, langsung mati.
Cosmología, filosofía clásica, nuestro aliado es la verdad.
Please, don't resist.
work, I take it. Más allá del constante.
Dang it. Double
La
ulti.
acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más.
Is that necessary?
Relax, handy plan A.
An unconventional choice.
Not a fan of my work, I take it. Hey, don't interrupt me.
No worries. Relax. Come back to me.
Idealismo, vuelos de fantasía, patrones ocultos. Oh, this hurts more than words. Handy plan A.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, down.
Oh man, hampir mati guys.
Más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo.
Time waits for no one, even for a great people.
Udah mulai sakit musuh-musuh di sini guys. Oh my goodness, nggak mati.
A truly villainous moment.
Oh my goodness, mati Tooth Fairy bentar. Kita restart. Kita nggak bisa biarin AI.
Me and our opponent.
Move! Seal off that exit! Don't...
God, just... Edie, is that... You sure you can...
Especially when they dodge your attack.
Don't take it...
Mereka dodge?
Smell. Lead...
Dodging or attack? How dare?
Más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo. En todos los momentos. Andy, nuestro aliado es la verdad. En la acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez
Oh, di
más.
refresh iya. Oh. They can dodge.
Cosmología, filosofía clásica. El fundamento del mundo.
Kalau gini aja deh. Salah.
Planes. El camino a Tlón. Andy. 3, 2, 1, down. En la acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más. 3, 2, 1, down.
Pengen punya Tooth Fairy lagi, tapi loss 50-50. It's okay. Bisa kan Charlie udah kerja, jadi bisa gesek credit card.
Stop.
Go. Bad influence.
That one's smooth.
Kan cuman sekali hidup. Ini kan demi memuaskan hasrat kita. Mirror and Lantern. Ini berapa stage sih chapter ini? Ahjussi mau tampar aku mas, tampar.
Kanya, this way, over here.
Elite!
Elite?
Thanks a lot. The prop sure came in handy.
Kakania tears off her fake butt, fanning herself with her hand.
Finally. Why do I keep having things stick to my lips?
Be careful with that.
Awas kau deh.
This is no ordinary
Nanti
beard.
ditabuk.
Every single strand was soaked in a Bohemian potion, mixed with bloodroot
Nanti aku mau ketemu
and
Roden
yama.
lagi. I hope so.
Why were the gods after you?
That's a long story.
Sampai 24 chapter.
Don't worry about this kind little lady. She saved my
Shall
life.
we? Nanti
she's
lanjut
half
besok aja deh.
sort of
Atau
a
satu chapter lagi.
A third of?
A third of? It's secretly released the button of the communication in her pocket.
This is bad. The connection is down. I can't get in touch with Madam Hoffman.
24 chapter speedrun,
Probably
let's
in an
go.
important conversation with the field agent squad and has calls on block. It's okay, Marcus.
Okay,
You can
Marcus.
do this yourself. Just stay in the conversation. Communication is not that hard. You've done
Bosnya di
this
stage
before.
24
You
3
can do
fase.
it.
Oh no. Despite having written about 1,000 ways to start a conversation, never expect to find herself in a situation like this. Marcus frankly racks her mind topic discussed. Fortunately, everyone present far more talkative than
Kanya.
hers.
Are you friends with the government officials now?
And the
Times
one-
have changed indeed. I've been here for a whole year, but I've never seen an official without a beard. Where are you from? Croatia? Moravia? Galicia?
I grew up in Romania.
Grew up in Romania.
Oh, I'm from Bosnia and Herzegovina. That makes us friends, since we're both from somewhere near.
Somewhere near. Somewhere near.
Be careful on the streets these days, Ilich. You could be in trouble too if the guards catch you. After all, you haven't got a license.
Huh?
You don't?
Oh, of course not. Have you read the requirements? Records of the safe use of arcane skills within 3 generations. I was born in the streets. I don't even know who my grandmother was. And the records aren't the hard part to get around. If you're applying in Vienna, the license has to be issued by the central government. It's not an Austrian problem, nor a Hungarian problem. The central government sits in the middle. And no official has any idea of what's what. Should this be the Kaiser's concern? Or the König's? Or both? You'd be the biggest fool to listen and follow these broken rules. Stuck in the system, nowhere to go. Unless you work the magic of crowns.
Satu chapter lagi deh.
What happens if we don't have an Arcanum license?
Oh, you'll love this. Who knows, you could get 3 days in detention, or maybe 10 years in prison. Even if you are sentenced to prison, they might forget to bring you in. Or, if you're an outstanding citizen who can shed your arcanum during your human re-education, you might get to have a nice life. Without a license, that is. Our justice system is much more unpredictable than the arcanists. We still have a fair chance of getting away.
Very informative, Ilich.
Kakania cleared her throat to somewhat guarded and flashed at meaningful glance.
Oh, well then. Bis später, Kakanya and Miss Foundation. Forget I said anything?
Bang, gak ngantuk bacanya.
Some Arcanist kids on the streets.
Tidak
I'm surprised you know nothing about them. The country has changed, lady, and not everything in Vienna is as decent and sumptuous as the buildings on Ringstrasse and Herrengasse.
Her tone believed a hint of sarcasm.
I'm thankful for your help, Miss Foundation, but so far I have returned the favor. You don't want the gods either, do you? We're even. So, can you tell me why you're
di jam
here?
3 gak ngantuk.
Oh, I see. Mr. Carl sent you, didn't he? Because I don't have a psychiatrist's license. Can't you people give me a break? I swear on my ancestors, I'm doing this entirely the Arcanist way. It has nothing to do with human science.
She posed a question but left no room for an answer. Leaning closer to Marcus, she puts her glass.
Don't you people ever sleep? Do you not have a life? This is the 10th time this month. Even got rest after working 6 days in a row.
Don't you people ever sleep?
I have an arcanum license
Kakaknya
inherited from my
udah
family.
bilang tuh.
It is nothing to be ashamed of. My fees are reasonable. No one's ever complained.
No, Miss Kakanya, this is really coincidental. I just happen to know that you are a psychiatrist.
Huh? So? Are psychiatrists considered doctors now?
What is sleep? Mentioning her barrier politeness against the rapid topic change feels like holding a smile in a hailstorm. In the first of tears, Marcus desperately falls back to the field mission manual.
I think there's been a misunderstanding. Wait, I'm not here to check your credentials.
Then what?
So you call yourself Kakanya, but I know your first name is Clara.
I didn't know the foundation staff reads my work. How very flattering. Yes, I'm Clara. But Miss Foundation, don't you think Kakanya is an intriguing name? Heinrich, who is a friend of mine, gave me a book which greatly inspired me.
By the way, aku lagi bikin ganci.
Our country is just like that name. It
Terus
both
aku
is and
cari
isn't.
font
It
Recoleta.
both has and has
Recoleta
not.
font ada.
If you look for it, it can't be found. Yet if you stop looking, it's everywhere. Look at
Apakah
this
kakaknya
country, my
termasuk
friend.
font juga atau ada
The
sesuatu di
sumptuous
dunia
buildings
asli?
rise so high that the people in power never have to lay eyes on the rye farmers of Bohemia, the immigrants from the east coast of the Adriatic Sea, or on the arcanists. How could there possibly be smog choking the industrial area? How could there possibly be cold houses in the winter? The cafe house is definitely filled with people who love to dance, and not with those who can't afford the heat. Oh no.
Oh no.
Surely there's no bureaucracy, no discrimination, no poverty here. This is a city of humanism and freedom.
Character
Oh yes.
fiction.
Kakanya, kaiserlich königlich, or kaiserlich unköniglich. And Kakania, the Shetland. There's no better
Shetland?
name for this country.
So then, you did get that book from a friend. Now's my chance. I still have one spider tail Madame Hoffman left me.
What is
If I
spider
can
tail?
find a chance to leave the spider tail on her, or in her place.
Your assistant takes deep breath.
I'm intrigued by the book. Can I see it?
Because the spider tails.
This concludes the report by Semmelweis of the Field Agent Administration. Please confirm, Madam Hoffman.
Ah, Semmelweis. Bukannya di Series of Dusk kita mainnya pakai Semmelweis kan?
Yes, report received.
Cuman aku skip.
Why so serious, Greta? That was just routine.
And I envy your lightheartedness and optimism. They got you out of Vienna on such short notice. I can only imagine that must have been difficult for you as well. According to your intel, the Empire has had too many
Gak
assassinations
bosen
in a
main
short
Series of
period of
Dusk bang.
time. This is not good for the
Bosen
critical point,
sih.
Semmelweis.
Tapi apa namanya rewardnya itu lumayan bagus.
Aside from that, Greta, I have more to tell you.
Aku udah dapat 4
I was pulled
endingnya.
out to Vienna overnight, and I didn't have time to brief the new squad there.
Lorelei itu paling susah
You
loh
know, it takes
lawannya.
ages to
Gak
get
tahu
through
kenapa.
the briefing process. I might as well just tell you now, personally. There could be an arcanist who has crossed the storm and is now in Vienna.
What did you say? Do we know more about this arcanist?
We only know his name is Heinrich. We learned about this from the Berlin squad when we met up here. but had no time to verify.
Oh, Heinrich itu spice ya.
I see. Leaves the rest to us.
Oh, dapat 2 ending apa kau?
True, he traveled to Berlin during the 6th
Susah sih mainnya.
and survived the 1913 storms there. And after the 1966 storm and the one in 1929,
Jadi si
And
Heinrich.
now it's 1913 for the second time. For all the arcanists who crossed the sixth storm, this is exciting news.
their time has returned.
I understand the excitement, but perhaps time in its chaotic fashion has inadvertently returned to the same year. I hear you, Semmelweis. This is valuable information. I'll let the...
Grandpa? Are you still there?
Sorry, I have to go.
Almost jam 12.
Something's wrong with the spider tail I left on Marcus. This is not her ritual. Something's happened.
I'm surprised, Miss Marcus. You know so much about the SARA. I thought the Foundation was nothing but bureaucrats and bookworms. Oh, have you been to the Secession Building? Did you like it? Shame that book isn't there. Please, come in. Forgive the mess. I must say that it is at least more orderly than the administration of the Empire.
Thank you.
Oh, bagus ya. The room resembles studio more than a clinic. The scene is scattered about unfinished painting, dried paint, stage prop, and posters. And many mirrors.
These are stage props. Heinrich left them here. He certainly learned some useful things in Berlin.
Aku pernah lawan bos di
Make
series
yourself
of Dust itu.
I'll get you some tea and look for the
Kayak ada
book.
yang keluar dari mirror gitu.
Please don't bother, Miss Kakanya. I won't stay long. I have to go back to the branch soon. I just need to confirm that you have that book with you.
Clinic curtains are tightly drawn, blocking out the day. Yet her mirror flashed with light for a second.
Kakanya's arcane skill?
Marcus quickly covered her eyes with her hands, stepping back toward the door. Kakanya, a cheerful voice ring from the other side.
Miss Foundation, it's okay. Just a little trick I use to ensure my personal safety. I usually even charge for this. Look into the mirror which reflects your inner world. This trick has been used by arcanists for thousands of years. When it was first used, the Roman emperors still ruled this land. Speaking of which, Miss Foundation, how did you know that the pistol was tampered with? Your arcane skill?
That is my only bizarre trick. A psychology, the mirror glare become increasingly blinding.
Don't look at the mirror.
The investigator braces herself as she grips the lamp, ready for combat as a moment. Notice, the Kenyan tone remains gentle as soothing one of her passion.
I am curious. No need to be alarmed. I'll treat you gently.
Oh, Kakanya is a villain. She's a friend. Oh, to be continue. Shall we rest, guys? Aduh, ngantuk. Defeat all enemies.
I have all the essentials for writing poetry. You, me, and our opponent.
The truth from heights among okay.
Deep breaths, miss. Look at the mirror.
No, I don't want to look at the mirror.
This is a private session. Your secrets are
I'm dizzy.
Miss Mirror.
The orphanage. The Flannan Eye.
You can look at them directly, miss. They'll reveal your deepest secret.
I see her. She's behind these illusions, but which one is real?
Más
They're
allá
going to
del
attack.
concepto mundano del tiempo.
Debuff.
En todos los momentos.
Attack.
Más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo.
Attack.
En todos los momentos. Idealismo, vuelos de fantasía, patrones ocultos. Focus. She can move through miracles. Nuestro aliado es la verdad.
Ah, yang mana?
Nuestro adversario es el tiempo.
Ah.
Hey, don't interrupt me. Relax. El camino a Tlon. Plan A. I smell the scent of mint oil. En la acumulación de la
Oh, vaya, kita ulti.
Suéltalo todo una vez más.
Satu, guys.
This can't be luck. No, I need to be sure.
Yang tengah ya berarti.
Hey, don't interrupt me.
Shall we change to help?
No
Help.
worries. Candy. En todos los momentos. Come back to me. Do I have to do this?
Yang mana? I don't understand.
Not a fan of my work, I take it? Relax. The show's on, hounds. Plan A. Come back to me. Time waits for no one, even for a great gift.
Is that it?
3, 2, 1, down.
I don't like this. Going help. Attack.
Más allá del concepto, el camino a Tlon. I smell the scent of mint oil.
Why this stage so hard?
Nuestro adversario es el tiempo. Everything is a book. These reflections are merely... I found it.
Oh, it's true. You saw through the illusions. What a pleasant surprise. How did... No, I'm...
Oh.
En la acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más.
Oh my. Tuh, wait. Oh, 12 round masih bisa.
Relax. No worries. Handy. Breathe.
Hey, no way. Kok bisa ya attack-nya sakit?
The show's on, hounds. Handy. We need some peaceful moments.
King fight.
Time waiting no.
Iya, aneh kan?
For a
Kayak
great gift.
ta. Oh man. You still have this, right?
No worries. He method fundamental. An unconventional choice.
Nggak mati.
The scent of mint oil. Is the thief relaxed? Handy.
Yes, it was always simple. Ouch! I won!
Recoleta mati, guys.
That one's smooth.
Exactly.
Oh, what we got here? We get artifice of sonetto. Okay. Let me change this. Alright guys. Kayaknya kita lanjut besok sih. I think I must sleep. I must hidup sehat. Besok kan aku free. Kebetulan besok jadwal date aku di cancel, so jadi ya besok kita hanya di apartemen. Thank you everyone. Aku kayaknya nggak akan rate. Jam berapa live-nya bang? Nggak tahu sih. Mungkin jam 3, jam 4 sore mungkin. Kayaknya banyak yang nonton jam segitu. Mungkin aku live jam segitu aja. Oke, guys. I hope you all enjoy your time. Jangan lupa bahagia. Thank you. Have a good night everyone.